I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. I created this theme to avoid copyright. Welcome to Grandpa's World. There we go.
Okay, good.
All right.
I just
Let's see if it's only been Facebook that's been copywriting these little intros. It hasn't been YouTube.
no.
And I think
I
the reason
just
is
got an
YouTube
alert
and
from
them.
Kick. It scared me.
Yeah, it told me that. Yeah, I just got it too, telling me that Rabbit and Red Horror Network just went live. So I guess yours must have told you that I went live.
Yeah. That's what it did. I was like, wow, yeah, we're trucking along. I like that.
Right. But I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking the reason we haven't been getting pegged on YouTube is I think they were short. Like that opening the 5 second opening, I don't think they'll claim that. It's 5 seconds. Facebook
Right.
probably will because they're assholes, but
Yeah.
so but yeah. I figured out my earbuds, so now I don't gotta wear them clunky headphones. Got my earbuds
Uh,
on. I think you can see.
what was the issue? What was the? Is that more comfortable for you? The
Yeah,
earbud.
the earbuds are more comfortable because when I wear headphones,
Mm-hmm.
they push on my glasses, and then the
Ooh,
glasses
yeah.
dig into my head. So obviously, you must
Oh,
have a soft Charlie Brown head because it like
dude, the
you're always.
glasses dig into my head. If I could show you the marks that are, you know what? You want to see something really cool here? Hold on.
No, you're too. You need to. Your aim is off. Your aim was severely off, but that's okay.
Oh, I'll have to take a picture because there's times when my glasses dig into the side of my head so bad that like they actually start bleeding on occasion.
Eek, that sucks. Yeah,
It's
that would
it's
be that.
it's interesting.
Yeah, that does. That's got to suck.
Yeah, I mean
It,
it's different. Definitely different.
hold on one second. So how's your week been?
It's been a week. We brought back Rabbit and Red on Tuesday with Lil and myself, so we're gonna see how that goes going forward. I think it could be something. I think
Yeah,
interesting. We'll see how things go going forward.
I
Um,
watched. I caught the tail end. Right around the time he started getting all them phone calls, he
yes.
started
Well,
getting
you were
kicked
also
out.
you were the Justin Tipping guy who gave that the director's name for him,
Yeah,
which him was a really good movie. I like that one a lot. Surprisingly, it was good.
haven't I haven't watched it yet. Haven't I haven't
TV
watched it, but I'm not
TV
a
the movie section.
but I'm not a big fan of what's his face Jordan. I know it's not his; he's just producing. But
Yeah.
I'm more of a.
Uh,
I mean, I liked. I didn't watch that Us one, the one about the aliens or whatever. Is that the one?
I Nope was the alien one, which I
Oh,
thought Nope was actually pretty decent. Rhodes got me watching Nope. John Rhodes, he's like, dude, he's like, you gotta watch Nope. He's like, Nope is the best horror movie of this generation. He's like, it's the greatest fucking thing in the world. You've got to watch it right now. So I watched it and I was like, because my whole thing when it came out, I'm like, the movie's called Nope. So my feeling of it was, you gonna watch this? Nope. And that was my stance until Rhodes is like, no, dude, you gotta watch it. It's the
Well,
greatest horror movie ever.
I
So I
didn't look,
watched
look
it.
I haven't seen Nope,
See
and
it. Good.
I haven't watched uh I haven't watched Us. I'm interested in Us. I
That's
just haven't seen it.
that's weird. I couldn't get into that. That's a
Now I
weird
did
one.
like now I did like his first one, where old boy fell in
Yeah.
his chair and his
Mhm.
girlfriend's family. Yeah, that one I liked because
Yeah, that was good.
I'm a big fan of dude from West Wing. I can't remember his name, but he played the father, the one who owned the house and all
Oh,
that. Yeah,
Bradley Whitford, I
Bradley
think
Coop.
his name is.
Yeah, Bradley. Yeah, so because he was on West Wing, I love West Wing. I'm a huge fan of Martin Sheen and all that. So I watched. So anyway, I uh I saw that one. I liked it. I really liked it, but I didn't like what he did with the Twilight Zone. He did what, 2 seasons of the Twilight Zone. It was so bad, it's not even on Paramount Plus anymore. You can't stream it there. But and you can't buy it on Blu-ray. It's only available on DVD. So they're not putting any
Oh,
money into it because
no.
there was only a handful of episodes that were good. The rest were very lame. So I kind of lost interest in them. It's not this, I don't have anything against Jordan Peele. It's just maybe when I see Us, it'll revive me and I can watch Nope. But for right now, I haven't watched it. I
Oh,
haven't been interested.
I'm I'm gonna say, if you watch Nope before Us, that might be the way to go, because if you watch Us, you may not wanna watch Nope, because, after I watched Us, Nope got me saying nope until I actually watched Nope, so that's how that went.
Ah,
So you may
okay.
wanna say yes to Nope before you say yes to Us.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it
You have that
goes.
luxury.
We'll see how it goes. I have so much of a backlog. Um, I have such a backlog of movies. It could take me another, you know, year to watch those because I really want to get. I bought these movies from Severin called High Tension. Well, it's a set called High Tension, and it's a
Mhm.
bunch of not Mario Bava, but his son. Can't remember his first name. Lamberto.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a son. Ooh.
Yeah, Lamberto Bava. Got a nice Lamberto Bava pin and everything. But because Severin likes to give out pins. But
Yes.
anywho, I got the high tension set, and it was 4 movies he did for a horror. Uh, some TV channel, some station in Italy commissioned him to do 4 TV movies, horror
Mhm.
movies, and he did them. He submitted them. They said, "What the fuck? These are too violent. Hell no!" So they wouldn't air them. So they were
Mhm.
missing. They weren't aired for the longest time. Severin got the license and released them. So I bought the set. I haven't watched that yet, but I want to finish. I want to watch that set before I watch Mario Bava's set. Even though there's no order to them. It's just the Shout Factory's Mario Bava set. So I
Right.
want to watch that. But I got a whole bunch of stuff. I got my wife bought me. Last month she bought me the Cold Check series. So I want to watch Cold
Oh,
Check.
yeah.
So I
Yes,
got a
I
lot of
remember
stuff in
seeing.
back, but I want to talk to you real quick about something. I know we're going to talk about Nightmare, and we will, but I want to talk to you about something that's been bugging me, and I've been watching all the people on Facebook squall off about it and fight each other. It's the whole thing going on with Shout Factory.
Oh, you know what? It's good that you're bringing this up, because guess what? This was on my mind too, so it's good
Right.
that you're bringing it up, because I was going to.
So somebody says in a post in what was it, the Blu-ray or the disc? What
I think it was,
is it Blu-ray form
Blu-ray.
or disc form or
Yeah,
DVD form? It
no,
was
it
some
was
form.
Blu-ray. Blu-ray.com forum was where
Right.
the first post that I sent you.
Yeah, somebody came out and said that they were going out of business. And then
Yeah.
somebody came along afterwards on the on the Scream Factory, one of the group pages, and said, "No, this is not true." But here's the thing: they had a massive sale. The weird part
Right.
is this sale they're having right now is a lot better rate. It's a better deal than the Shocktober stuff. And usually it's just because there's people who are bitching in the comments in the groups
Well,
pages saying, "Well, I bought this movie during the Shocktober sale, and now it's cheaper than it was during the Shocktober sale." And then on top of that, I don't know if you got your email, I got mine, but the Forever Physical Club is being discontinued.
yep.
You're not going to earn any more points. They're going to allow you to cash in the ones you have, but there's not going to be any
Right.
more. So there's a debate going on. Here's my thought. Here's what I'm thinking. Because
Okay.
of the way the horror movies are back in. They're like me and you discussed that one day how we don't think there's going to be if anybody releases Friday 13th in 4K, it's going to be Paramount because
Well, for the first
I think
8, yeah.
right. They saw how much money Shout made releasing them in blue. So I think like you said, Arrow has the 2 movies on 4K. I think all the Paramount ones, what 1 through 8, 1 through
Yeah.
Manhattan, are going to be released by them because horror is back.
They already did
Horror's
1 and
big,
2,
horror's,
so
and horror's
Paramount
big,
already
horror's
did 1
back.
and 2, so yeah.
So I'm thinking, here's my thought.
Mhm.
They just signed a deal and got licensing for all those Hong Kong movies, but those come out on Shout. They're not on Scream. They're on Shout. What if? Hear me out. People may tell me I'm fool, but hear me out on this. What if they're not closing down Shout because they're not? What if they're just closing down the Scream Factory side? There's so many
Mm.
boutique labels now. There's so many boutique labels. So what if they're gonna keep Shout Factory open and still do their basic movies like the Shout Selects and the Hong Kong series of movies and stuff like that, and they're just gonna close down Scream Factory because there's so many Vinegar Syndrome, Kino Lorber. They have to fight to get licensing and rights. Maybe they're just getting rid of the Scream Factory division.
Yeah.
No one's brought that up. That's what I'm thinking. That Scream Factory is closing. So Shout Factory's not going anywhere. I just think Scream Factory. What do you think?
No, that is a very, very, very good point. And also because, if you notice, there's a lot of, like, movies that were released by Scream, like, on Blu-ray, but, like, for the 4K releases, you get them from, Vinegar or, Kino or, I think well, basically, I think it's split between Kino and Vinegar Syndrome. But, yeah, I'm seeing that, so um, I can see that happening, and that is a really good I mean, everybody's saying, well, maybe they're gonna pivot more toward, like, digital, but maybe they are just getting rid of the horror side of things
See,
because,
I don't. I'm not buying the streaming thing because, as we both know, the majority of Scream Factory and Shout Factory releases they don't get the licensing rights to the streaming part. Because if you go to
Right.
Shout Factory's streaming site, it's the usual stuff they have, like the Corman movies, um, uh, some of the older TV shows like the Commish and Black Scorpion, and but when it comes to the Scream Factory stuff, they don't, they didn't, you couldn't stream any of their Halloween releases or any of their Friday 13th releases. It's just the older
Yeah.
horror movies. Like, I got that Ghost Story movie, but the old men telling stories, that's never been, I don't think that's streamable on Shout Factory. So I
Yeah.
don't think they would go to all digital. And if they did, they don't have, a lot of rights to that. But I did learn, I didn't know this, that
Mhm.
FilmRise bought the rights to the Roger Corman films. And Film Rise is the ones that bought Shout Factory. Because
Mm.
Shout Factory used to have the rights to all the Corman films for DVD release. Because you could
Right.
buy I bought a lot of Corman films through Shout Factory.
Mm.
And I'm glad I did. But the streaming rights went to Film Rise, and then I guess they swallowed all the. But see, Film Rise does focus a lot. If you look at Pluto TV and Roku Live and all that, there are a lot of Film Rise channels. Film Rise has the rights to like all the the documentary stuff, like Forensic Files,
Mhm.
Cops, uh, uh, Unsolved Mysteries. So Film Rise is one of the biggest streaming companies because they bought the rights to so much stuff. But I
Right.
don't think why you're not going to buy Shout Factory to close it down. So everybody who says Shout Factory is going out of business, that I think is full of shit. You're not going to
Yeah.
spend millions of dollars and shut it down. But I can see them closing the division. Be like, you know what? Let's just go with Shout Factory. Let's just do these Hong Kong movies. Let's just do regular movies. You know, maybe we'll still do horror movies, but we'll put them under the banner of just Shout Factory. And let's get rid of the Scream division. And then the other rumor is they're closing the warehouses down. And instead of moving everything from warehouses to Film Rise's warehouses, let's just liquidate the warehouses. And that's a good possibility too. Because everything I've ever ordered from Shout Factory has come from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
Same here.
they might be just liquidating the Louisville wet warehouse. So, but my biggest, that's a possibility, but I'm really leaning towards the whole, they're going to close down, well, not close down, they're going to shut down the Scream Factory portion of the business and just consolidate it all back into just Shout Factory. Because
Mhm.
I think when Shout Factory first got started, they were just Shout. I don't remember when they branched off for the Scream Factory side of things. So we'll
That
have
was
to
in
wait and see.
2012.
2012.
Yep.
Do you know what their first Scream Factory release was?
I certainly do because I got a review copy of it.
What
Um,
was it?
Halloween 2.
Halloween 2? Okay.
Halloween 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yep, because we were with Horror. Rabbit and Red was with Horror Bit at the time, and I got review or no, I was the Skeleton Crew had started, and I got review copies of both of them on Blu-ray. Those were the first two review copies I ever got. I was like, "Holy shit, I'm a big man now. I'm getting like copies of shit." Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's when they so that's my thoughts. I don't like I said, I don't think Shout Factory if I had a lot of money and I bought another company, I wouldn't close it down. And here's the thing though, you got a lot of people who are saying they're not going anywhere because they said they're not going anywhere. But as me and you both know, corporations love to lie.
Oh
When
yeah.
when Fandango first bought Voodoo, they said, "Oh, we're not making any changes. We're not going to change the name. Nothing's going to change. We're just going to, call it still going to stay Voodoo." And then after a
Huh.
year, they changed the name to Voodoo to Fandango at home. So I mean I could actually see them getting rid of the Shout Factory name at some point, and maybe going with calling it Scream Factory, or calling it Film Rise or something. I don't know, but I'm not ruling anything out because I don't trust corporations as far as I can fucking throw them. I think
Mhm.
corporations are the
Agree.
biggest liars on the planet. So I'm definitely not going to say I'm going to go. I'm sticking with my thing for right now. Um, I think they're going to end up just closing that division. That's what I think. That's what I think. But only time will tell. I would
Mhm.
even bet money on that. That's how sure I am. At least that's what's happening because they got rid of the Forever Club. If they were just liquidating a warehouse, so they didn't have to move stuff.
Right.
I
They
would
wouldn't get rid of a whole club.
right. So I don't, and some people are like, that's a sign maybe they're going all digital. No, I just think because that Forever Club was linked to both Shout and Scream, but the
Mhm.
majority of movies they focused on for the longest time was Scream Factory. Shout Factory
Yeah.
didn't release. They released more movies over the last decade under the Scream label than the Shout label. So,
Mhm.
but like I said, Vinegar Syndrome, Terror Vision, all these guys are starting to swallow up uh all these licenses and stuff. So,
And and just so you know, I think I mentioned it to you off air at some point. Um, Shout did have the Pink Panther Blu-ray set, I think, with those 4 movies. And now Kino is releasing standalone Pink Panther
in 4K.
4Ks on December 16th.
Now, I am not buying those because Kino did come out and say, which they shouldn't have, but they did in post. There's
Yeah.
one movie that they don't have the rights to. I think it's Revenge of Pink Panther or Return, one of the two. They don't have the
I
rights
knew
yet.
that that's why they didn't have so that's why they're doing singles, because I thought that there was 5, and I
Yes,
only saw 4 listed,
yes.
and I'm like,
But
"Ooh."
but they already have the arrangement. Once the rights expire with, I think it's Vinegar Syndrome, I think that has it. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I
no,
think
that's
it's
a
Vinegar.
Shout, because they
Okay,
have that set.
once Shout's rights, one the license is up with Shout this year. So in
Oh,
2026, Kino's going to release that 5th movie, and that's when they're going to put them all in one box. And they admitted they're
yeah,
going to do
I'll
that
wait
because
yeah, I'll
somebody
wait
said,
for
"Why
that
aren't
then.
you?" Yes,
Yeah.
someone mentioned, "Why aren't you putting this in a box?" And they're like, "We will when the other one is available in 2026." I said, "Well, then I'm waiting, and I'll just get them in a box."
Yeah.
Yeah, the box will probably cost more, but you know what? By the time 2026 rolls around, it might actually be cheaper to get them in the box than all 5 individually. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it
Yeah.
out
Mhm.
because those
Yeah,
not
now
all
I
of those
am too.
movies, not all of those movies are that good. There were not every Pink Panther movie was woohoo, but they're not all bad. They're not all bad.
You wanna hear a secret? Well, it's not really a secret, but I never saw them.
Oh man, Inspector Clouseau is the shit. Peter Sellers
I've
for his
never seen
wacky
them.
and oh man, you're missing out. You're missing out. But
I'll
Kino
have to air them on the channel, and I'll watch them.
Kino Lorber does a really good job on their 4Ks.
Mhm.
And see, Shout Factory, that's another thing about Shout Factory. They've been really slacky lately. Broken shipments, loose discs,
Mhm.
bad Q&A. So I don't know, man. I've been I haven't had a single issue with TerraVision yet. They had a they had a problem with the the they're just a distributor. They used a third party to make their sets. And the gator
Right.
bait was supposed to have been out already, but they had a problem with it. So I don't know when we're going to get gator bait. But I'm patient. I'm not like emailing them every day and trashing them on social media cuz I know they're eventually going to release it. I'm just biding my time. But I know it's eventually going to come, but at least the stuff that I've gotten from them has been
Mhm.
just hasn't been a problem. There hasn't been an issue. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but they actually have the Rumpelstiltskin is at Walmart
Yeah, I have. I
and
saw that, but wait. The Rumpelstiltskin that's at Walmart, is that Blu-ray or is that 4K?
I think it's just DVD. I don't
It's
know. I
just
don't even think it's
oh,
Blu-ray. I think it's just DVD. I'm not sure. I'll
because
look real quick.
I
I
got
think it's
the
just
I got the 4K set from them. I know I got the 4K from them. I got that one.
yeah, I got the 4K. I ordered directly from them. I also
Mhm.
got the WNUF and the one that was about the haunted house. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's this and its spiritual sequel. I got those from directly from TerraVision too. So, um, see, I don't see it listed on their website for Rumpelstiltskin. So it must just be available only in store. They're not selling it, but I do recall, I'm still going to look it up. I do recall, um, I do believe it's just the DVD. I don't
Right.
think it's no, it is the Blu-ray. It is the Blu-ray. It's
Oh, it is the
1696 and it
Blu-ray.
is the yeah, it is the
Oh
Blu-ray. But
shit.
yeah, I have but I got the 4K. I didn't get the Blu-ray. I
Mhm.
got the 4K. And I think it's bare boned. I don't know if it comes with any special features. I'm not sure. But it's cool that it's in stores. But their WNUF and that sequel, those
Mhm.
are actually two separate DVDs instead of, or I think they're combined in one set. Whereas the one I got from TerraVision is two separate DVDs. So we'll have to see how it is. But hold on one second. I got this thing. I'm probably gonna give it away because I don't need it. Give me
Ooh,
one second. Alexa, turn on the basement.
giving away. Well, that could be good. We like giveaways here. Giveaways are fun. I should play music or something. Do we have any music? Let me see. Ah,
Probably
commercial music. Oh, he's back now. Okay.
it's probably copyright. I got this, and it got an idea because somebody sent one to Planet CHH or CCH, and
Mhm.
I have it now. It's not sealed like the one he got, but maybe there's a collector out there that might want it, and I don't have any
Okay.
use for it, and it's not like I don't think anybody would want to buy it, but I have the Blockbuster Presents Halloween on
Oh, look at
VHS,
that.
and
Yes,
I
I
know,
used to have that. Yes.
and I know some people like to collect. There's another guy, I think his name's Three Rivers. I can't remember. He's friends with CHH or CCH. And he's on YouTube too. I just can't remember his name.
Mhm.
But he loves Halloween and he's got like 50 different versions of it and all that. But somebody sent this one to CHH or however you say it. But they sent him a sealed one. Now mine's not sealed, but it's still in great shape.
Look at that. Oh,
It's
it's
see,
SP too.
it
Yeah,
is.
that's a rewind to rewound tape. All right.
I don't think it's been played. I just think it's been opened because it's still you can see where it's at the clear strip.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
I don't
that's
think
that's
it's I don't
rewind to
think it's
rewound.
I don't
Yep.
think yeah, I don't think it's been played. But yeah, there's the
Mm.
label.
Oh yeah, look at that beautiful thing. It's a shame it doesn't say Donald Pleasance in as it should.
Right. But it says on the front, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, PJ Souls, and Donald Pleasance. So
Okay, that's wrong. Wrong. That should be
so
reversed. PJ Soul. Oh my. Oh, Blockbuster, you son of a bitch. You know where Donald's name goes. That goes above the fucking title.
so
Okay.
so yeah,
Can I
I'm thinking that I just don't know how I'm gonna give it away. I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know. But I have no use for it, and I don't think anybody would buy it. I don't even think.
if you
I mean, I can do a scan on my app at eBay, but I really, really don't think uh anybody would buy something like this. But I don't need the money. You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's certain things I own that I'm not going to give away. Like, I have DVDs that are worth like $30. I'm obviously not going to give away a $30 DVD, you know? And my guinea pig films are like worth a lot of money. I'm not going to give those away either.
Ah.
And I put in the UPC, and it's coming back as so many different things. So I'm going to have to do a search. Blockbuster.
I
Oops.
wonder how much.
Buster.
Hmm.
VHS. Let's see, VHS.
We'll see. I already say the VHS box is an error or an error because the names are misplaced.
Oh,
I think it should
15,
be called immediately.
$15, $14. This guy's got the trilogy of them, but that's for 120. Factory sealed, $44, $7, $24 sealed. So I'm going to be giving away $15 video. See, there was another one. I don't know if you could see it. There was another one that came in that orange VHS tape.
Ooh,
That would have
that's
been
a
cool.
rare one. Look at
Yeah.
that.
So I'm gonna, $10, $15 I'm giving away. I just got to figure out how to do it because, do I want to do a contest? Do I want to, whoever sends me the best dick pic? I don't know. I just got to figure out, but I don't need it, and it's just taking up space. So
How long
I
have
have
you
the
had
whole.
it?
It was in my father-in-law's collection, so not long.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
he
wait, so
passed away.
so he never watched that. I wonder if he's ever seen it.
Dude, you're colorblind. I don't think you know what your favorite color is because you don't see color. I didn't mean to call you out on that. I'm just saying. Anyway, I might actually. I have a bunch of VHSs that I don't need that I might
Ah,
do contests and give them away. Maybe that'd help get us some more viewers. I've got like a VHS copy of Creepshow. I got a VHS copy in its original clamshell. I have a
ooh,
VHS copy. Yeah, I have a VHS copy of well, I mean, I'm backwoods. He says it was small, so if it is, he might not win nothing. Just saying.
mm,
Um, but I have a VHS clamshell of a Roger Corman film, Death Race 2000. I've got I got tons of stuff. I even got this. I don't know if
ew.
it's worth dick, but I've got this. Where the shit is
I'm curious now. Let's see here.
Because there's people out there that collect VHSs. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
got a
I think there are.
I've got a sealed VHS copy of the Blues Brothers. It's a screener, so it probably has in the bottom screener
Hold on a
copy,
second.
not for
Whoa, whoa,
sale.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Put that so I can see that. Look at that. Let me see. Holy shit. Wait, what does that say right there?
Street date May 11th, 1999.
Oh, so this
Well,
is okay, so that's Blues Brothers 2000.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I got
interesting.
a I got a completely sealed copy. See, it's still got the Disney's
Oh,
thing of the original Hocus
oh,
Pocus on VHS. It's not been
is
opened.
that on the father-in-law's collection too? Holy shit.
Yes. It even has the price tag from where it was $8.
Ooh.
I have another sealed screener for fried green tomatoes.
Oh, great movie. Love that movie.
I've got another sealed copy of a movie with Kevin Costner called No
Oh,
Way Out.
No Way Out. Yo.
Yeah, with Gene Hackman. And now this is a screener, and it's never been watched, but it is open for Evolution.
Ooh. Wow. Did he work in a video store or something that he got all these screeners or what?
Now these are from my dad because he was in the music business, so he knew people. These are from my father.
Okay, why
Um,
couldn't I know you when I was a child?
this is
Because
this is
I
a sealed copy of Hollywood Ending.
Oh, I love it.
I got a screener copy that's never been watched of Leave It to Beaver.
Oh my god.
I got a sealed copy of the Lucy Show collector's edition, 20 episodes on 2 tapes. And I have a sealed copy of this movie with Ronnie Cox called Raw Courage. It's got Ronnie Cox from Taps and Beverly Hills Cop, Tim Mayer from Psycho 2, Art Hindle from Porky's and Porky's 2, and
Oh,
Emmett
wow.
Walsh from Blade Runner, Ordinary People, and Reds.
Love that. Love
Yeah.
that dude. Yes.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of sealed. I've got more sealed VHSs and stuff in the other room, and I've got like a VHS copy of A Clockwork Orange and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, I could give away.
Listen. Oh, well, I have to wait till you come back.
I can still hear you.
Come on. Well, listen. I'm gonna tell you what. If you find a VHS copy of Critters, you don't give that shit away. You fucking let me take that. Or if you find
So
a
yeah,
fucking VHS copy of Halloween 6, I need it because I need it. Because I just need it.
Grandpa the Nerd at protonmail.com. All your all the dick and tit pics you can send go to Grandpa the Nerd at protonmail.com. There you go.
Tit pics in there
But-
too. That's right.
But yeah, but I gotta figure a way to give this stuff away because, I don't think anybody would buy any of that stuff. So I gotta figure it out. I don't know. I haven't decided. The Halloween one, I know for sure I'll probably give away because I have no use for it. Now, I do have. Yes, make sure your dick has a costume on. That it's got it. Yeah. Make sure your dick has a costume. But he can't be a pirate. I'm not buying no one-eyed pirate shit. None of this one-eyed Willie. Nothing. No.
That's cheating, isn't
So-
it? I know it is. Yep.
Yeah, it's cheating if you use anything one-eyed or a Cyclops. Can't do that either. But I have the DVD. I have the first DVD release of Halloween. That the shit. Now I gotta go get it. See what you're doing to me?
I see Halloween DVD. What the hell is that? He's walking to get some Halloween DVD that when I see it, I will go ape shit over it. Yes, because I enjoy it.
Well, I came
Yes.
across
Whoa.
this one. Well, I came across this one when I was looking. I'm not giving this one away, but because I have the Shout Factory release, but here's the first release on DVD from Night of the Creeps.
Ooh, I remember that one.
Yeah,
I think I had that one at one point. Yes, I did.
yeah, this is the first one, but I have this one, the 25th anniversary
Yes.
release.
Yes, that is
I have
yes,
and it's got a nice booklet
yes,
with
yes, oh yes.
it's I don't know. Michael Greengold wrote this, and then it's got the chapter selection of the movie on there,
Mhm.
and it's got 2 DVDs, and it's got a lot of bonus material. Halloween, A Cut Above the Rest, an 87-minute documentary.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's
I don't know if
great.
the
That's a great documentary.
Did it end up on any of the other?
It is on the 4K of Scream Factory.
Box-
I know that much.
In the 4K, not in the box set.
No, I think it was on the box set too. I
Okay.
think.
But this was the first. I don't know. Well, this was the 25th anniversary. I know there was. This wasn't the first DVD release of Halloween, though, was it? There was ones before this, right?
Um, yeah, there was ones before that. Yeah, there was. Yeah, because
This is just a
when it first got released on DVD, it was a double-sided like flipper disc with the full screen on one side and fucking yeah, full screen on one side and widescreen on the other side. And I didn't have a DVD player at the time, but one of my therapists, because I went to physical therapy at the time, and they had a DVD player. And I said, I was in Suncoast and I saw Halloween on DVD, and it said it was double sided. It said it had a widescreen and it had a pan and scan version. And I said, I don't know what pan and scan is because I didn't know at the time. So I'm like, I don't know what pan and scan is. I said, but you know what? I said, it sounds interesting. I need that version of the movie. I was like, I'm going to buy this DVD for you for $35, and then you're going to take it and tape it on a VHS for me so I can see what a pan and scan version is. And then I finally realized what a pan and scan version was. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be an idiot. Now I know what it is and I've seen it.
yeah. Pan and scan was the way it was. Almost every VHS movie. I have a VHS of. I somewhere over here. I have a VHS of Star Wars on in pan and scan. Yeah, I don't like pan and
Oh,
scan. But this was a good one. Anchor Bay did a good. I don't think Anchor Bay's around anymore. Didn't they get bought out?
they are not. They were bought out by Stars.
Yeah, and it's been down. So I miss Anchor Bay though. They. You are the
And you
biggest
know,
nerd of them all, dude. You're the big. Look at these nerds. Dude's over
mm,
there collecting records like it's crack, but we're the nerds. He even has a Taylor Swift record.
he's a Swiftie? No,
I'm
he
not
is
saying he's a
not.
Swifty. I'm not saying he's a
If
Swifty.
if he
I'm
had if
saying
he had Taylor
he
if
has it.
he has
He
a
post
Taylor Swift
he posted
record,
it.
he's a Swift.
He posted it
He's a
last
Swift.
year. He claims somebody gave it to him, but I'm not buying it until said person comes out and admits they gave it to him. Yeah.
Here's my logic, okay? If he posted a picture of it, then that means he likes it in some way,
hmm
shape, or form.
He does. He won't admit
Yeah,
it, but he
he does.
does. I know he does. I know he does. I'm gonna
I
run these back real quick. But yeah, no, I know he
I
does. I know he does.
I think we need a neighbors talking shit. We'll get down and dirty with Taylor Swift now and see what the hubbub is with Bub. You know, I like it. I think we're gonna do that. I like that idea. What's all the hubbub, Bub? Yep. There we go. Do 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 do. At least he has all the Halloween memorabilia away.
I gotta show you this one
I
too
guess
while
he
I'm
looks
out
like-
here. Fuck it. My Star Wars.
Oh yes.
See, these are all
Oh,
the.
that is sweet. That is sweet. That is so sweet. Oh, I had that. Holy
You
fuck,
did?
I think I did have that. Yes, I did, but I got rid of it when I moved because I got rid of all my VHSs when I moved to this place.
Yeah,
I had
I
to
like this one.
downsize.
I mean, it's obviously the special editions. I do believe. I don't think it's
Well,
the original release. I don't.
no,
I don't
I
know.
don't think it's the original. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause it
I was
doesn't say
gonna say it
special
was the
edition.
originals, but yeah, then it
I mean,
might be the originals.
I could watch them and see, but I don't know. I don't. They're digitally remastered, but the only way to know it might be the original release because it's
Do
on
you still have a
VHS.
VCR or do you not have a
Yeah,
VCR?
I have a VCR down here, but the heads are dirty, so I don't want to put it in there until I clean the heads. But
Yes,
this
put the
might because it doesn't
heads.
say special edition, but I don't know. I'd have to.
Yes, the heads must be cleaned. That's beautiful.
It's got a number on it. Number Dead Spider. Number 8,729. But I'm a
Mm,
huge Star Wars fan. I'm a huge Star
yes.
Wars fan, so See, he knows all them Wham and George Michael albums. But we know he's a George Michael fan. He admits it.
Oh.
So, see, this is his claim. He says that Taylor Swift was a loner, that some dude won it, but yet he still shared it on Facebook. So,
Yes. As soon as you post a picture of it, it means you like it. And the fact that
right.
you listened to it, the fact that you even listened to it tells me that you had to like it at least a little bit to drop a needle on it. You dropped the needle on it, so that means you liked
Yeah,
it something
yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
Yep. He knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Oh. I'm gonna have to. There we go. Ah, this is so. Yes. PG. Trying to look and see what some of those things are that he has on the table back there. See, I wish I could like zoom in on it
One
here,
last
but I
thing.
can't. Hmm?
One last show off, so
Yes.
Murray can talk more shit about me being a nerd, and then we'll start talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, Alice Cooper. This is Alice Cooper. This is Dominic Mysterio. That is a Funko Pop Cylon from the 1970s. That's
Right.
a black and white Twilight Zone. It says narrator.
Oh.
I don't know why they didn't call it. I don't know why it's named. Not, I don't know why they didn't get permission to use his name. It just says the narrator.
Mhm. Ah.
This is a replica Dale Earnhardt car.
Mhm.
This was my father's first car. A 19, and it's the
Oh.
year I was born. This is a 1971 Chevy Camaro.
Ooh.
Yep. Actually, my dad's was a
That's
70 and a
awesome.
half, but this one's a 71. Over there is the Blair Monster from Pop, a pop of the Blair Monster from The Thing.
Mhm.
My daughter bought me this yesterday. It's an Eggo waffle pop. Another
Ooh.
car. And then my Atari, my ornaments, PS3. And
Mhm.
over here is Dale Gribble and Hank Hill,
Mhm.
Charlie Brown, and the Tall Man.
Ah.
This one is Joe Cool in Woodstock. This one's Doctor Strange. And this one is Wolverine. So there you
Ooh.
go. Now you don't have to strain so hard. This is my box set for the X Files on DVD.
Ooh. Oh, that's
Yeah,
DVD.
yeah. And it opens up like this. And
Um,
it's got all the seasons 1 through 9, and they're in a little box in little cardboard sleeves. Yeah, just regular DVD. I'm not gonna tell you how much I paid for this, but you can imagine it was
I have an
expensive.
idea at the time. Yes.
Then right, and then it comes with the came with the X Files movie,
Ah, yes.
and then a big a chock full special features disc.
Mhm.
Then it had a drawer at the bottom that you can open up, which is a pain in the ass to get open. But there's a box down here with a drawer that opens up. See,
Oh,
and
look at that.
and inside this drawer, it's got cards. I know I've never taken them
Mhm.
out. They're still wrapped, sealed in this thing, but they're cards. Like here's a card of Deep Throat. I don't know what the
Mhm.
other cards are, but because I have never taken them out. So it's got the cards. It's got an advertisement for $5 off the comic books.
Ooh.
It's got the movie poster, which I've never opened.
I'm surprised. I figured that'd be on display somewhere.
Um, it's got a it's got an advertisement for DVDs, and then it's got a nice book. where it shows all the gives you a little synopsis of the season,
Mm-hmm.
shows you what's all in the documentary or in the 61 set, 61 discs, and then it's got all the episodes, and it shows you which order they ran.
Mm.
See, like if you look at season 5, the season started with episode 2 called Redo.
Right.
And then episode 3 was the second episode called Redo 2. And then episode 1 was actually aired. So season 5, episode 1 was actually when it aired on the network. It was the third episode of the season. But when he originally created when he originally was putting the seasons together, he wanted that one to be, Fox wouldn't let him run them in production order.
Oh, well.
So the TV show, right. So the show, the way he gave us the show in TV order, in show order. They're not in production order because he wanted it to be like it was on TV. But he did give us the option to be able to watch it, so you can watch it in production order, but the DVDs aren't. But it's a nice set. I like this. Probably not worth dick because it's DVD. No one wants DVD. But it's one of my
I got
favorites.
all these DVDs. I can't move them.
Right, so they just sit here in my room doing nothing, collecting dust.
That was what was it? That was a line from Jason X when they're in the year 2455 and they're on, and the guy's like, I got all these DVDs, I can't move them.
Yeah, they're just over there collecting dust, so it is what it is.
So you don't have that X-Files on Blu-ray, just on DVD.
Just on DVD. I did, but I was gonna buy them on Blu-ray. I do have season 10 on Blu-ray, and then that 11 I don't own, so that one I've got to buy, but that'll be on Blu-ray because that's the only way it was released. But I have no desire to go back and buy them on Blu-ray because I can stream them. So it's
yeah, that's right. They are on Disney, aren't they, or something?
Yeah, they're on Disney Plus. So I don't need to buy them when I can stream them anytime I want. But I'm one of those kind of guys. I know people make fun of me and shit, but I don't fucking care. I do like 4K. 4K does look good. But sometimes I want to relive it. I want to relive it the way that I saw it originally. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel that too, because I feel you on certain things like that as well.
Right.
Definitely.
See, Murray's playing games. First he was on his one account. See the lion face? And now he's over here with his here it is, with his Jesus Murray. See, he's playing games. So okay, one's on Facebook. Okay, that was when he was YouTubing it. Now he's talking on Facebook. And then what is this?
Facebook. I see.
I bet you he does listen to Shake It Off. I bet you he does. Oh, that's spam. I'm not gonna show the spam.
Yes.
Careless Whisper. But so yeah, I have a huge collection of movies over there, and I have more Blu-ray DVDs than I have Blu-rays. But I stopped. But I still have a huge. I got like thousands of DVDs over there.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I'll fix that.
So, but anyway, on to the matter at hand. Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, I was already a horror fan when it came out. Now, next week, I'm going to talk about what got me into horror and the first horror movies I ever watched. So we're not going to cover that or touch that because that's for next week. But Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but I didn't get to see it right away. Now, the first time I was made aware of it was through rumor and innuendo. I was a kid, obviously, a young kid back in those days.
Mhm.
And there was a rumor going around where I lived that this was the most violent, goriest movie ever. And there was ads in the paper where they were saying the theaters wouldn't let you in unless you were 18. Now, back in the day, you could go to an R-rated movie with your parents. It would say, restricted. Anyone under 17 can be admitted without parent or however it was. But the rumor was Nightmare on Elm Street, no. If you weren't 18, you couldn't get in, period.
Right.
So that rumor was going around my school. Now, I don't remember how old I was. Let me look up the year. Do you know what year the movie came out?
1984.
Okay, so 1984. So let me break out the calculator. Did it come out before November of 84?
No, it was like November of 84. It was like the very beginning of November of 84.
Okay, well, if it was the beginning, then I wasn't. My birthday wasn't until the 19th. So
Right.
basically, who out there is good with math? You're probably good with math. I was born in
Somebody.
71. How old was I
Right.
in,
So
in
you
80?
were 12. Well, you were 12, gonna be 13.
Okay, so I was 12 years old when it came out. So that would put me, I think, in middle school. So here I am in middle school. I'm a fan of horror movies, but
Mhm.
I wanted to see this movie. I wanted to see this movie bad, but there was nobody that was going to take me because I was living with my father and stepmother at the time, and they were pretty good about keeping me away from a horror, R-rated stuff. They did rule out R-rated stuff, but like they would like Porky's. If I saw Porky's, that was not one they let me see because they knew what kind of movie it was. But there were certain R-rated movies that they did let me watch,
Right.
but I knew this was going to be one they wouldn't, so I didn't even ask. Um, but there was rumors going around, people talking about it in school on how it was the scariest thing in the world and it was gory. So I had this
Mhm.
expectation of this film. Like before I even saw it, I thought my expectations were so fucking high that,
Mhm.
this better be the best horror movie that has ever been made. I mean, ever. And I don't think I saw the first Nightmare on Elm Street until Dream Warriors came out
Wow.
because um I remember the first time I saw Dream Warriors, I saw the Dokken music video on MTV and I said I want to see this movie. But I was still underage. I do believe I was still underage. So I didn't turn 18 until what? 88? So
Well,
no.
yeah, you were 70.
No,
Yeah,
89.
71.
In,
Oh,
in 89. Cuz in 91 I would have been 20. So I
right.
turned eight. So I think so. If I turned 18 in 89, was in Dream Warriors before then?
87 Dream Warriors was.
Okay. So the first time I saw Dream Warriors was on VHS rented. So it would
Ooh.
probably have had to have been what 1990 because back then movies came out way late in the video stores.
Yeah,
So
I still think it was about, like, back in those days, the standard release window was, like, 6 months to a year. So
I'm
and I
looking
and,
I'm, I'm
Dream
looking at a
Warriors
Dream.
was the first one that I saw in the theater.
Yeah. It came out in 1990 on
Oh, shit.
VHS.
God damn.
Well,
Oh,
now,
then
okay.
maybe
So wait a minute. No, it's saying here eight. Now I'm seeing
no,
87
yeah,
that it came out on
because, uh,
VHS.
4 came out in '88 in theaters, so I would think that that would
Okay, so in 87, I don't know why it says 90 here. So in 87, it came out on VHS.
mhm.
Um, so I saw it on VHS for the first time, but I got lucky when I rented. So yeah, it was probably it might have been. It might have been 88 then when I saw Dream Warriors, because I don't think I saw it the year it came out. So it might have been 86. So it might have been 88
Mm.
after the Halloween season. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking 88. But when I first saw Dream Warriors, I rented 1, 2, and 3. So I didn't see Nightmare on Elm Street until 1988.
Oh
So I was
wow.
a very late. I was a very late bloomer. I'd seen some other horror movies before, but I was going back and remembering. So when I first saw Nightmare on Elm Street in the rental section, yep, I did most of my VHS renting in with my grandparents. So it would have been the summer of '88 because almost every other whenever we wanted, me and my cousin Jennifer could be like, hey, we want to get some rent, we want to rent some movies. My grandfather would take us to the mom and pop.
Hmm.
So it was the summer, it had to have been the summer of '88 when I first saw
Hmm.
those first three. So anyway, I remember, I said, "Ooh, I've always wanted to see this." And my brain went in reverse because my brain worked back then, and I was like, this is supposed to be the greatest horror movie ever. So I grabbed 1, 2, and 3.
Hmm.
And we went back and we watched them. And I loved Nightmare on Elm Street, but I'm not gonna lie, it didn't live up to the expectation that I thought it was gonna be. It was good, yes, but I don't know why so many people back in the day were telling so many rumors about it being the most. The only two scenes to me in the first one that would be the goriest thing ever would have been when she was being dragged along the ceiling and dropped down back into the bed and the blood splattered. That was pretty brutal. And obviously when Depp got sucked into the bed. We got to call a spade here. That was pretty
Which
fucking
were
gory.
the two scenes in the uncut versions that were trimmed by a few frames? Because in the uncut versions that are on the 4Ks now, or that yeah, they're on the 4K now, there's a few of those frames from both of those scenes that are restored.
See, this is the bullshit that I see, right? How in the
Mm.
hell why did they have to cut just a few seconds? I mean,
That's the difference between an R and an X.
that's what I'm saying. This is why the ratings board is fucking redundant and stupid. Because you want your movie to be released in a theater, we got to rate it. But you can just release it on VHS and DVD unrated, and you don't need to get it rated. So it's like, I don't understand. And then they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you anything. They don't fucking they send it back to you and be like, nope, it's gonna get an X. What do we have to cut? Like, what's the point if you're not gonna tell these people what to edit? I know some of these guys, they sent the movie back tons of times. Nope, X, nope,
Mhm.
X. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to cut? And it's like it. I think the ratings board is a scam. I think it's a
They
it
get their
you
money.
know
They charge like so much per submission, I think.
right, and it needs to. I think it's time to end. In the world of streaming, it's just let's just get rid of it. Let the movie studios put a warning on there. Like, look, this is pretty graphic. Like the Terrifier movies. You can
Mm.
put that it's rated R, and that's fine because common sense says we don't want children seeing it. But like
Right.
you could even put, so I don't know why we need a rating system anymore. Or at least they should change it. We live in a new day and age now where they could change it and start giving people advice. Like telling people what they can and can't do. But I understand their thought process back in the day. They didn't want to tell an artist what they could and couldn't do with their films. So they just said, well, we can't give it an R rate. We have to give it an R. Well, we were trying to make it PG. Well, you've got to change it. Well, what do we have to change? Well, we can't tell you that. So I don't know. But anyway, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street and I thought, this is a good movie. I would have put it in my top 5 horror movies at the time.
Mhm.
I I don't think I could anymore. And that's because there's been so many horror movies released. My horror movie top fives have to go by like years. Like if you say, what's one of your favorite horror movies from the 80s? Well, the Nightmare on Elm Street would be in the top five. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so good, but there's other, if you take horror as a whole,
Mm.
there's so many other movies that are better than Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I mean? Am I wrong?
No, you're right. There's definitely one that's better than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk about that one. We already did our talking on that movie. We're not gonna talk about it.
Correct.
See, we're not gonna talk about it. But Robert Englund did an excellent job. It creeped me out.
Good.
Um,
Mhm.
I we'll talk about it as we go along. So with the first one, I thought it was really good. Had a great atmosphere. I liked how dark it was. It was actually hard to see things. You gotta remember, I'm watching it on a VHS tape, on a 32-inch television. And when they were in the boiler room and stuff, it was hard to see. You know,
Mhm.
my little ass was sitting close to that TV. It was difficult to see, and but I enjoyed it, man. I loved all the characters. I love the music. I love the way it looked. I love that dark feel. I love how it. I will say this: I did have bad dreams. That movie did trigger bad dreams in me. Not anything like
Yep.
that, but it did give me some nightmares. But it was just it was an original. It was original because
Mhm.
up until then, all your slashers had knives or hatchets or chainsaws. This guy had the so it was
Mhm.
like very, very, it was original, and the fact that he was a child predator made it even creepier. Because the other ones, one of them was a one of them was an escaped mental patient who, killed his sister or whatnot.
Mhm.
We're not gonna talk about it though. And then another one was a ghost that came out of the water when his mother was killed. So he was just a
Right.
kid who died. So it
But
was like,
wait,
you know,
was he a ghost or maybe he wasn't a ghost? Maybe he survived the drowning.
I don't know, we're gonna talk about that next week.
Ah,
Um,
that's next week. Okay.
yeah. The other one was just what was it? Just came from a wackadoo family and carried a chainsaw. There really wasn't much of a what's the word I'm looking for here? There really wasn't much of a story. We got more of a backstory on Leatherface as time went on, but it's
Yeah.
changed hands so many times. Was that one? Was that the beginning? Is it really canon? We don't know. So, I mean, we saw the origins of Leatherface, but was that Toby Hooper's original idea? We'll never know. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but Leatherface, was just a creepy family with a chainsaw. But Freddy Krueger was an original concept. It came from your nightmares. I just thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. I love the fact that she brought him back into the real world. The only thing that bugged me, and even they think they've said it in special features, the only thing that bugged me about that movie, and that's because I'm very anal retentive about shit. I don't like seeing boom mics and shit on TV. Like, I watch a lot of the old TV shows like Kojak and whatnot. And if you watch these old shows, you see a
Mhm.
boom mic a lot. And you'll see the shadow of the boom mic. And that always bugged me even as a kid. I'm not a perfectionist or anything, but it just still bugged the shit out of me. But what bugged me about Nightmare on Elm Street was you could see the holes in the staircase before she put her feet in them. You know,
Really? I never noticed that. I'll have to go back and really
yeah,
like look at
yeah.
that because I never noticed.
When she goes up the stairs and her foot goes into it, you can see all the holes before. I'm shocked that you must really need glasses because
I
I
never
noticed
noticed it. I never
I
did.
noticed that's the only thing that's bugged me about that movie.
you would figure that after all these years they would have gone back and corrected that, because you can, I think, in some ways correct it. I'm surprised they never did.
Well, not everybody's George Lucas. Some people are, let's just leave it as it is, which I prefer.
I agree. Yeah, no,
It
I
bu
do
it
too.
bugged it bugged me, but I'm glad they didn't go back and change it, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm glad they
Right.
left it alone. So, but I did, and then it looked, when he extended his arms, it looked so fake. Like,
Mhm.
you knew, I didn't know the magic behind it, but I was just like, that doesn't look very good. But looking back on it as an adult, those are amazing practical effects. Let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Just like you said,
Oh,
nowadays that
100%.
would have been all digital and, so I
Mhm.
appreciate it. You just got to remember, looking at it through the eyes of a young man, I was like, it looks fake. Cuz
Mhm.
when you're young, you take things for granted. You know what I mean? Oh, that looked fake. Oh, that was stupid. We all do that. I get mad at people nowadays who question fictitious stuff. It's like, dude, it's just a movie. Just enjoy it for what it was. But I was
Mhm.
a kid who used to do that. So, that's why I'm not too critical of people when they do that, because I used to do it.
Mhm.
But the first one was like, it was creepy. I mean, when the dude was doing the book report, she fell asleep and he went from talking normal to that whisper, and it
Yeah.
gave me goosebumps. It just gave me goosebumps. So, yeah, the first one was spectacular. Now for the second one, I'm not going to lie. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. And I didn't think of it as like, this shit is gay. It didn't register. Obviously, I knew the PE teacher was gay because, well, he went to a gay bar. He was all in leather. So I knew that was gay, but I didn't see the whole movie as being a representation of gay until later on when it was explained to me. Maybe I'm slow. Maybe I just didn't see it, but I didn't see it as you know, a
Yeah, I
homoerotic
didn't
movie.
either, really. Yeah, I didn't
I
either,
just
really.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, his PE teacher was gay and he went, to the gay bar. I understood that, but I didn't realize, the homosexuality thing between him and was his name was Rod, right? Wasn't it Rod, his friend?
Um, oh, it was, Ron Grady, but they
Ron.
called him
Yeah,
Grady.
Brady. The relationship, there was a lot of, as I look at it older and it was explained to me, you can see the gay tension there, and then you can see the awkwardness between him and the girl, where they wanted did it to be the romantic angle. But looking at it now as an adult, knowing what I know, you can see the awkwardness, like it was weird. So now I
Yeah.
realize it
Oh,
was a
yeah,
gay
it was.
film. Yeah, but I didn't know back then. So I man, I wasn't in maybe I wasn't in touch with my feminine side back then. I don't know. But anyway, um I didn't like it at first. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like how Freddy came into the real world, and I liked it in the first one, the way Nancy did it. I
Mhm.
didn't like the way they did it in the second one. Um Now obviously the first time I saw it, I didn't catch it. I didn't realize until many years later that Robert Englund was the bus driver, because I didn't put two
Oh,
and two
no.
together about what Robert Englund looked like. Because I'd
Mhm.
seen V, and I knew who, I knew the character that he played in the V movie, in the V miniseries, because I love V. But I never
Mhm.
put it together that that was the same guy that was Freddy Krueger until after once I watched these three movies, I got more into Nightmare on Elm Street series, and that's when I was buying books and this that. So then I was like, this is the guy from. But at the
Mhm.
time, I didn't know he was the bus driver, and I didn't like, the only thing I really liked the first time around was I liked the guy who played his dad. Uh
Oh, yeah, that
uh
Clue
Klug,
Glogger or whatever
Klug,
the
Klug, yeah, whose son directed those Feast movies.
yes.
Klug or something's his name. He was also in Return of the Living Dead. He was the one
Correct.
who ran the. He's the one that ran the the that where the half dog and you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that was him. And
yeah,
he was in a few Alfred Hitchcock Presents back in the day as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And he did a lot of westerns, but he was the only thing I liked about the second one. Now, as I got older, I appreciated it more. And looking back on it, I don't think it was a bad movie. Just like I was talking to you the other day, which we're not going to talk about, but just this brief window.
Hmm.
I mentioned it last night. I wasn't a Johnny come lately with Halloween 3. I actually liked Halloween 3 back in the day. I didn't know what they were trying to do, and I questioned where's the guy with the mask, but I didn't
Hmm.
hate the movie. I didn't hate the movie. But now Nightmare on Elm Street 2, I was a Johnny come lately on that one. I didn't really appreciate Freddy's Revenge
Yeah.
until way later. Actually, so long, I didn't like part 2 for so long. I didn't start appreciating it until the very first DVD box set. Remember the first DVD box set that released
Wow.
them all? That had
Yeah,
the
I
glasses
my
and the
cousin
and the and the
my cousins got it for me for Christmas or
yeah,
something one year.
had that interactive encyclopedia disc. I think I have
Hmm.
them in the other room. I don't have the box. I don't have the outside box anymore. Something happened to it. But I think somewhere over there I have the originals. I don't have the glasses, but if you if you had your DVD player hooked in through like a coaxial cable, you couldn't even watch it in 3D. You had to use the RCA's because I do
Really?
believe first generation. I do believe, and I could be wrong here because my brain's broken, but I do believe first generation DVD players you could coax cable it into your television. I could be wrong here though. Or S video. There was you could use a DVD player without using your RCA jacks. I think so. I think. I'm not sure. But I remember
Oh,
the 3D didn't work
I'm
for shit.
see, but I'm surprised that you started liking 2 around the time of that box set because I'll be honest with you, I didn't like really start appreciating 2, honestly, until like I saw what they were trying to do, but this last watch, I watched the 4K disc and I had a little more of an appreciation for it on that watch. Like I didn't hate it as much as I did previously,
Yeah,
and I
I
just
started.
really hated it.
Yeah, I liked it when I got that box set because I was older. You know,
Hmm.
I was older. I understood things more. Maybe I had a homosexual encounter or two. In the years
Oh,
since. You never know. You never know what's happened to
never
me.
know.
You never know. So I could have spent a little bit of time at a rest stop, but I'm just saying I appreciated it more when I got the box set. It's still, I think, it's not one of the weaker of them. We'll get we still got some more movies to go. But I did hate it for a long time. I'm not gonna sit here and try to pretend, I'm some Nightmare on Elm Street elitist and I fucking uh oh no, it was one of the, break it down, it was the coolest or that. No, it took me a while to get into it. Took me a long time to get into it. But it's not the weakest. I'll let you know, here's we go along. I'll let you know about the weakest. But we'll move on to the next one. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I don't know, man. I've been told there's people in the closet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, man. But anyway, I love getting this. I love getting these. I'm not going to click on it, but I love getting these
They're from Kick
spams.
too, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, they're from Kick. You know what it
Yeah.
is? You contact these people, and you got to pay them money, and
Oh,
it's
of
like
course.
they'll give you bot views. I want to do it the legit way. I want to do it the legit way. You know, I either want to be liked because I'm good, or I just don't want anybody watching me. But I don't want, I don't want a bunch of people to, show up because I'm gonna try. I mean, maybe I'll get desperate one day, but I ain't desperate right now. But the next one, the next one is, I will say this right now: A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors is my all-time favorite.
Yeah,
And
it's same with me. Well, it's 3 and 4 that are my 2 top, I think.
yeah,
But 3
three,
is just edging over 4, I think, for
right?
me.
Three. Because like I said, I watched 1 and I liked it. I watched 2 and I was like, "What is this shit? This is terrible." And then I saw 3 and I said, "Okay, it redeemed itself. It brought
Yeah,
back
3 brought it back.
Nancy. Yeah, it brought back
Mhm.
Nancy. I like the guy in the movie who played the doctor. I can't. As most people
Uh,
know, I have health issues, so you'll have to help me with the names. My brain doesn't want to work.
oh, fuck, I know his name because he's been in other shit too, and I can't think of his fucking name, but I know
He
him.
was he was in Dressed to Kill, wasn't he?
He was in Dressed to Kill, he was in Schizoid.
Yeah.
Um, fuck, but I can't think of his name
I'm
right.
gonna look because I'm hey, I didn't know Dennis Franz was in Dressed to Kill. Okay,
Oh,
he
yeah,
wasn't
that's right
he wasn't
too.
in Dressed to Kill. But I know he was in a movie with
He was in Body
was it
Double. He was in
Body Double.
Body
That's
Double,
the
he
one.
was in
That was the
Schizoid.
one. Body Double. That's the one he was in. That was still a Brian De Palma film.
Yeah,
Craig Wasson.
that's it, that's
Man,
it, that's it, that's it, yeah.
Dennis Franz was in fucking Body Double 2. That's two movies Dennis Franz was in with Brian De Palma. That's cool. Yeah. Craig Wasson. So Craig Wasson was in it. I like Craig Wasson. The old lady who, I just watched that old lady, the one who did the one who did the nurse lady. Um
Priscilla Pointer, I think her name was. She was the nurse that wanted to put everybody in the fucking quiet room and sedate them.
yeah, I just watched her last night, as a matter of fact. My wife was laying in bed watching it with me, and yeah, Priscilla Pointer.
Mhm.
Priscilla Pointer. She was in an episode. We just watched it last night while we were laying in bed. She was in an episode of Kojak, a season 2 episode
Really?
of Kojak. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, and you can see that she's younger, but you can see her face in there is really cool. Um,
Mhm.
but 3 was great. It was the first one to bring in the humor,
Mhm.
which I know a lot of people didn't like the humor side of Freddy Krueger. And as it went on, they really started disliking the humor, but I like the humor. I didn't mind the slapstickness of it because it made him seem. I don't know how. I know everybody's different, but for me, if you're killing somebody and you're cracking jokes and making laughter, it seems more sadistic. Like,
Mhm.
it's funny how a lot of people don't like how goofy uh Freddy Krueger got, but they're okay with Art the Clown. Because let's be honest, Art the Clown was a goofball.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So
only
it's
like
like,
him in 2 and 3, so
I mean, Art did goofy shit, and he was brutal. So I never hated the humor of Freddy Krueger, but I know there was a big portion of people that were just like didn't like it. But I like the humor in 3. Um, it did touch a nerve with me about it being kids in a mental institution. That was like because I've knew mentally ill people and this, that, and the other, so that was kind of personal.
Mm.
Um, but it was a good movie. I love the music. Since I'm a big metalhead, so Dokken was a plus. But here's the question that I have, and I still can't get to the bottom of it. I
Mhm.
recall Dream Warriors being the song that opened the movie, but it wasn't. It was just instrumental. I could have swore the whole thing of her building the house, the Dream Warrior song was playing. Do
Yeah,
you know
no,
that
I thought that
controversy of people?
I thought that too for the longest time, but then I guess I realized that it wasn't that. And it's a subliminal thing, I guess, with the instrumental. It makes you think it's Dokken or it's that song, it's Dream Warriors, but it's not. It's
See,
subliminal messaging. They're trying to fuck with us.
right. See, I'm wondering if it was bleed over from seeing the music video on MTV and your brain making it up that you know what I mean? I don't know, but I always thought for the longest time, that soundtrack that the Dream Warrior song was playing, and then when I watched it, when I watched it again, not in the 4K, but when I got the Blu-ray copy, I didn't notice it. It didn't click in my head when I watched it on regular DVD. But when I bought that Blu-ray set that came out and I watched 3, I was like, did they change the opening? I should have went and watched the DVD to see. No, they didn't change it, but I thought they changed it. And then I was
They
watching
had
other
that other
YouTubers.
Dokken song in there too, that "Into the Fire" or whatever. That's a Dokken
Yeah,
song too, isn't it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really liked Dream Warriors. Um, at the time I thought it was the best. I thought it was even better than the first one.
Mhm.
Um,
I agree.
I loved the whole superpowers. That was like a nice twist on it.
Yeah. I love the
Um,
guy in the wheelchair, how he's the wizard master and how Freddy blew up his fucking wheelchair. I was like, "Yes, good.
yeah. 3
Do
was
it."
also the one that had the dude with the hearing aid, right? Where it melted into his ears.
No,
That was
that
4.
was 6.
6. Woo,
That was
I'm way
Freddy
I'm
said
jumping way.
that Carlos, where
3
he
had the
has
puppet.
fucking yeah, 3 was the puppet. That was Philip with the fucking yeah.
I love that. I love the way it's
Mhm. Mhm.
and then I was like,
Yep.
"That is so fucking cool." And the way the actor did this walking down the hall and I was like, "Okay, that's awesome."
Do you
I thought
know that actor? That actor that played Philip, his name was, Bradley, Gregg. He was in, Class of 1984.
yeah, 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 I liked Class of '84, that was a good movie.
Mhm.
But I just thought 3 and the whole thing about his how he 'cause, how his that was 3 was the first time they told the story about his mother, right? Freddy's mother?
Yeah. Mhm.
They didn't get too much into detail. I think that was later that was with the dream that was in, The Dream Child, right?
Yeah, the 5th one.
The 5th one. But the 3rd one, man, I love that Nancy came back and her dad. I'm a huge fan of, what's his face?
John
I know
Saxon.
people yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. I'll bring this up just once. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna bring it. I'm gonna only bring it up in general. There could be people out there who've never watched my shows before because I hadn't been doing video shows for the longest time. But I'm not gonna get into details. I have a I have a disorder in my brain, so I don't. It's hard for me to remember things. Um, I could watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 like 5 hours ago, and I could forget it by the end of the night, or forget parts of it. So for people out there like, why is he talking about this? Why didn't he? I have a brain disorder. So if you're like, come on, dude, get with it. That's why. That's why. And that's why I don't do these shows alone because they would suck. I'd spend half the time quietly searching for stuff on the internet. But there we go. So for the new people, there you go. Um, but yeah, I thought I liked that the father was in it because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of his. First movie I ever saw him in was I do believe Enter the Dragon. That was the first movie that I
Ah, yes.
saw the father
Great,
in.
great
And then
film.
as I started getting more into, I've always been a huge fan of music because of my dad. And I have always been a movie fan, but I was more of a when I was a kid, most of the movies that I enjoyed were kids movies. You know, like I love the Muppet movies and I love the TV shows that were on. You know, I wasn't a big movie buff until I got a little older. Um, you know, like the first movies I ever got into were like Clint Eastwood movies, and then this. So when I saw him in Enter the Dragon, as I started opening up, especially getting into B movies, then he was everywhere. He did so many B movies it was ridiculous. He was like the king of B movies. So, um, what was his fucking name?
John Saxon.
John Saxon. Yeah, he was like in everything, and I was glad to see that he turned back. He tuned back. He turned back up in Nightmare 3. You know, he was in Black Christmas, and I'm glad he was in a new Nightmare too, because I don't know what year. What year did he die? Okay, he died in 2020. So yeah, he
Oh,
just died
2020,
recently.
damn.
Yeah, I thought he died. I thought he died a long time ago, but no, it was 2020. But he was in an episode of Masters of Horror. But yeah, he was in everything back in the day. So, but I was a huge fan of his. So it was cool to see him come back in Dream Warriors. I thought it was really good.
Mhm.
And I like how they bridged, you know, 3 was the bridge between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I like that they killed everybody off. Like everybody from, you know, Nancy and her dad both got whacked. So it was like it was their way of, I don't know if they knew at the time they were going to make a fourth. You know, I could sit here and say, oh, you know, they didn't know. Maybe they already knew. I don't know what their plans were. But at least it shows that they were done with Nancy. That the Nancy part of the Freddy Krueger storyline was done. You know, killing her off, it
Right.
was done. So that was so I did like that they closed off her chapter. Because I didn't like the way the first one ended. You know, the top coming down and them driving off and the mother getting pulled through the fucking door. I was like, eh.
It's like, is the
So
whole movie a dream or what?
right, they just left me hanging, you know, and I was a teenager, so I was pissed, you know. I wanted to fucking throw my I wanted to throw we'll get into that in a minute. So I was but I wasn't I wanted to like destroy. I was like, this is the worst ending ever. I should have mentioned that when we were on that. Everything about Nightmare on Elm Street was good. I didn't like the end. It felt like a cop out. Like
Mhm.
like they didn't know back then that was going to be popular. They didn't know it was going to be a sequel. It should have got an ending. They should have ended it. I don't know whose bright idea it was, and I don't think I've ever seen in any of the documentaries on who came up with that ending, but they should have been hung because I thought that was lame. I mean, if they knew at the time there was going to be a sequel, I could see them doing that. But if you're going to make a sequel and do an ending like that, the sequel should have had Nancy in it, not some
Right.
fag guy. You know, so it should have been Nancy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was there, to be honest with you. I
Right.
don't get
So
it.
I didn't like the ending of the first one. The second ending, it was okay. The third one was great because they made
Mhm.
it to where they could have left it. You know, Freddy's bones got buried. Fucking
The light comes on in the little paper mache house at the end. I like that. I remember
right.
seeing that. I was like, they're gonna make a 4. I know they are.
Yeah, going through that was terrible. Um, but yeah, I did like how the light came on because he didn't laugh, he didn't make any sound. Just it was just the light came on. Didn't they play the Freddy's Coming for You nursery rhyme though when the light came on?
Yeah, before they did kinda like into like a music box type version, into the
Right.
light coming on, and then the docking kicked in.
Right. So it made it seem like, okay, is he dead or is they left it open, but also if they never released another film, you know what I mean? It was okay that they and I was okay. I like the way it ended. For me, it was a good ending.
Yeah.
Great kills, good ending. And that was the welcome to prime time, bitch. You know,
Mhm.
and it had the Zsa Zsa Gabor and the David Cavett. Was it? Is his name David Cavett?
It's,
Dick Cavett.
Dick Cavett.
Dick
Yep,
Cavett.
that's it.
Yeah. You know, so it had celebrities in it. So I really I thought it was good. I dug it. I think it was like I said, it was my favorite. Yes, I agree. 3 should have been the last one, but
Well, 4 was going to be because Robert Englund did say after I had seen interviews with him, like, when 4 was coming out, where he said 4 was gonna be it. He didn't like playing Freddy. He didn't wanna play Freddy anymore because he thought Freddy was taking over him, and he didn't like that, so he wanted to be done with Freddy for good.
and see that's the thing that bugs me though. I understand he wanted to break out and do other things, but my issue was all he did was horror anyway. So I don't know, why he was, I don't want to be pigeonholed. I don't understand. I know you want to do other things, but I
Well,
don't
I
understand.
think he thought I think he felt like he was, in a way, kind of becoming Freddy, like, in his own way, and he just didn't like that. That was the feeling that I got from, like, what he was
Okay,
saying was that, it was like
okay,
Freddy was, like, overtaking him, and he had to, like, break himself from it.
okay. Now that makes sense. Um, but when it came to, but so 3 was good. Yeah, but didn't he do V was first? Wasn't his first appearance in V before Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah,
Wasn't
because I
he
think he was 83,
right?
I
So
think.
he had done V before he did Freddy. So,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I didn't realize that the guy in V was Freddy Krueger until way later, until I got the books. Because remember, we didn't have the internet back then, and I didn't read magazines and this that. So I didn't know Robert Englund was the same guy from V. So, um, so he started out not doing horror, but then he got into it, and now he's like one of the most legendary horror actors out there. So
Mhm.
it as much as look at William Shatner. For the longest time, he denied he didn't want to have anything to do with Star Trek. Remember that
Oh,
famous line, "Why don't you people get a life?" So
mhm.
I get how people can get tired, but now look at William Shatner. He does all the fucking conventions he can. He
Oh,
loves doing
'cause
Star
he
Trek.
knows all the money that's involved, so he'll fucking
Right. He does all the movie stuff. Um he does books talking about it. He did that whole I have it over there. Was it the Captains that he did? Was it Captains was the one he was behind, right? Where he went and
I think so.
interviewed
Yeah.
all the yeah, Forbidden Planet. I don't remember who was in Forbidden Planet. Robert Englund?
For Was Robert Englund in Forbidden Planet? Now I wonder, because I thought Forbidden Planet was way older. Let me hold on, because
Yeah.
now I have to
Ah,
find.
yeah, I gotta look
This
now
is
too. Because I
Forbidden.
have the movie and because yeah, that was from 1956. That can't be.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But
I
I'm
mean,
looking.
unless he was very young. Forbidden Planet.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
No, I don't see him.
No, no. Let me. Leslie Nielsen and Francis Walter Pigeon.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about Roger Corman's Forbidden Planet. Remember Roger
Oh,
Corman's Forbidden Planet?
Roger
That-
Corman.
yeah, I own that one. That one's it had a different name.
Let me see. Forbidden World. That was 1983.
Yeah, but that's what he's saying.
Oh,
That was sci-fi. So that's what he was saying. He was in sci-fi. Was it? No, it wasn't. No, no. Forbidden World's a different. I'm just gonna look up Robert Englund. It's just easier that way. Because the movie he's talking about, I think, had a different name. Like when it came out. Because I bought it from Shout Factory, so I know what he's talking about. He's
right.
exactly right. But I think it had its original title was something else. Because there's V, Alice, Manimal, Galaxy of Terror,
Ah,
back in
yeah, I
'81.
know that.
Yes, that's the one that had Ray Walston, Aaron Moran, Edward Albert, Sid Haig was in it. Sid Haig played the mute who could throw the. You know which movie I'm talking about now. You know what Murray's talking about now, right?
Yeah, no, I know what he's talking about now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now wow.
Yeah, Galaxy of Terror. That's
Galaxy.
all right. That's all right, buddy. I can't remember shit either. Yeah, Sid Haig. Yeah, I fucking shit the bed. But yeah, this one.
Oh, he was in a movie called Stay Hungry too, but that was older, I think, too. Oh wait,
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh
This is
yeah,
the one that
yeah.
that's the one that I own. Because he did Galaxy of Terror and that Lost Planet or whatever it was, and they're very similar in films, but they're two different films. But Roger Corman, one of them was one. The other one that was sort of like Galaxy of Terror had too much comedy in it. He was pissed about that. He in the documentary he was pissed. He didn't like it having any humor in it. But yeah, Galaxy of Terror, that was a fucking good one. I really liked that one. That was a real good one. Oops. There we go. Didn't mean to get rid of you. I mean, maybe I did. Who
Oh, no.
knows?
I mean, I would. That's
But yeah. But yeah, I was like I said, I was a huge fan of 3, but now we're on to 4, The Dream Master. This was Rennie Harlin's film. If you remember, Rennie Harlin
yes.
did
Right, and that was his first.
he did Die Hard. Rennie
Holy
Harlin
shit!
He did Die Hard 2.
Holy shit!
He did Cliffhanger. He did Deep Blue Sea.
Did you know they put Galaxy of Terror out on 4K?
Yeah, I didn't want to buy it though because I have it on Blu-ray. I was fine with it. And the 4K.
I don't have it on Blu-ray, so I might have to do that.
I think there was a documentary on the Blu-ray that didn't make it onto the 4K.
Really?
And that CHH has a huge. He talks about it because he's the reason he was talking about the 4K release and the differences between the blue and the 4. So I ordered the blue. So that's so. But yeah, but Rennie Harlin. Yeah, I wasn't the Dream Master. I didn't like it too much. That was the one of the Roche Motel, and I wasn't the biggest fan of Dream Master.
Oh, I got to get you and the cripple together because he's with me on it. He loves fucking Dream Master. He said that was the fucking high point of the fucking franchise. I said, I said, aside from 3, yes, it was.
I mean, it was nice to see Kincaid. I'm a huge fan of Tuesday Night, so I like seeing her. Um, the girl who played Alice, I liked her too. I didn't like the replacements that they had in uh the Dream Child,
Hmm.
but I didn't like 4. I don't even have much recollection of 4 as much as I do 3 and 5.
You
Um,
should watch 4 again. I think you'll appreciate it more now.
I just it's never every time I watch 4, I drift away. You know,
Yep.
nowadays it's easy to drift off because you got your phone laying right next to you. You're watching a movie. Next thing you know, you got your fucking phone in your hand, and then you're rewinding the movie because you fucking got sidetracked. Um,
Mhm.
but back in the day when I watched it, I would drift off, and I don't mean asleep. I'd watch the birds fly by, or I'd start putting my hand down my pants and diddling my cock because I just couldn't get into 4. I don't know why. I don't hate it, but I can't hate it because I can't get into it. Even to this day, like I said, I haven't broke out my 4Ks yet, so I will give it a second try, or a third, or a fourth, or a 10th. But I watch it in 4K. See, Robinson says 4 was rushed, so I didn't. I could never get into it. The whole when he opened up his shirt and all those people were. I should say what I just couldn't do it, man. I
I
just couldn't.
know Rhodes hates that too. Ugh.
It's like I thought it was. I don't know.
That's
I didn't
Linnea
like
Quigley's tits when,
Leah Quigley's. Linnea
Linnea
Quigley.
Quigley's tits when
Yeah,
he opens the shirt, and that's
that's the
her.
only part of the movie she's in.
Mhm.
But I just couldn't get into I couldn't get into 4, and to be honest with you, I couldn't get into 5 either. The Dream Child.
Well, 5 I didn't. 5 I don't like. 3, 4 were great to me, and then when you get Dream Child, it's just like ugh, ugh.
Like I couldn't get into 5 at all. Um I know, like it was cool to see Amanda Kruger. We won't get into the actress that played her cuz she's she's with those other people now, and I don't want to give them any, I don't want to bring up any of that work she's done. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
We're
know.
we're, we're not yeah, we're not going to bring it up.
Mm.
Um I'd hate to get in a lawsuit or anything. But the only thing I liked about Dream Child was I was a big fan of that Kelly Jo Minter girl. She
I
was in
give you
some
that one.
yeah, she was in Summer School. I love
Mhm.
Summer School. You know which movie? It
Summer
had
School, tough
Chainsaw and
one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I did like her, but for the most part, I just couldn't get into. I did like the story though. I did like the story about showing how showed her getting raped. I mean, okay, I don't want this to come out the wrong way. The whole scene of her in the hospital and all that, it kind of played into it. It laid it out. It made it feel more hearing about her being him being the son of 100 maniacs or whatever it was, and then actually seeing that poor nun get attacked. It brought
Mhm.
out more of the whole uh what's the word I'm looking for? Um it made it feel more
Like more real,
severe.
more.
Yeah, yeah, it gave it more emotion, you know what I mean? It had more emotion to it, at least for me. It's like, "Oh my god, that was horrible. I can't that poor
Mhm.
lady, I can't believe she went through this and went through that." So, it was, to me, it made it more stronger, made it more realist or whatever. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it just made me like, "Oh, man, that sucks." Um,
Mhm.
but 4 and 5 were, to me, the ones that I really really couldn't get into. I've tried, I've tried, but I couldn't, and I can't really recollect much of 4 and 5. Like I said, I could have watched them this afternoon, and I would have got caught up in my phone. So,
Hmm.
but I mean, the dream child, and I don't like the guy who Freddy can't get none. That's the worst dad joke I've heard all day. But I wasn't. But who played the kid? See, I don't like the guy who played the kid.
I have no idea who played the kid because I was like, ugh.
Whit Hereford played Jacob Johnson. Was that the kid? Alice, who played Alice's son?
I'm guessing that might be who.
I'm gonna look because I do believe that was him.
Dream child. There we go. We'll pop straight up. Okay. No, I don't want to go to Google. Crap. Stay signed out of Google. Stupid thing.
Yeah, that was him. I can see by those eyeballs. Yeah, he was the kid. I wasn't a big fan of that kid who played. I wasn't a big fan of his. So I didn't like seeing him. So it was hard to deal, he was in Jurassic Park.
Holy shit, he's older than me, but not by much.
He was, I didn't like a lot of the stuff that he was in, basically. I'm one of those kind of weird guys that when you see someone you're not a fan of, it's hard to like them. But anyway, I couldn't get into 4 and 5. So, and this isn't a full. This episode isn't a full. I'm not doing it in depth. I'm not going in depth of these movies. I'm just broad stroking the franchise and what it means to me. And I don't like 4 and 5. So I'm not going to talk. That'd be like talking about an ex. I mean, why? You know what I mean? It's like I don't fucking care.
You don't want to do that,
right? So
nobody wants to do that. Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm going to move on to Final Nightmare. And I'm going to say that Final Nightmare is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there with number 3. Rachel Talalay or however the fuck you say that bitch's name. She did a really good job. I know it was her first directing gig. I've seen the documentaries. I know it was her first shot at directing. She did a really good job. Now, of course, it had, a lot of great cameos in Freddy's Dead, we'll mention right off the bat. It had Alice Cooper, my man, Tom Arnold, Roseanne Barr, Johnny Depp. So it had all the, Robert Shea. It had a lot of good cameos. And it had good actors. I love Yaphet Kotto. I'm a huge fucking Yaphet Kotto fan. Loved him in Alien. I loved him in the Bond film. What was he? Live and Let Die. That was the one, right? Live and Let Die.
Yeah.
The voodoo guy. Yeah. Yeah. I liked him in Live and Let Die. Hopefully one day the Neighbors episode, and we'll do our fucking James Bond episode finally. I'm not going to do a Neighbors episode unless that's the first one back, because I want to talk about Bond. So that's the rule. If Murray wants to do it with me,
I got to get that 4K set with Bond, with the Sean Connery Bonds.
So I got it on Blu-ray. I got the Blu-ray set. I didn't go 4K, but I got the Blu-ray set.
I do too, but I need the 4K because it has You Only Live Twice in 4K, and that's Donald, and Donald needs to be 4K.
Because the Blu-ray one has all the movies except for the one that I had to buy separate. Now, like you said, me and you both agree. Donald Pleasance is an awesome actor, but I'm going to tell you, he was the worst Blofeld though. I don't know if he was. I don't know why he did such a terrible job. I don't know if it's the way it was I don't know if it was the way Blofeld was written. I don't know if it was the way the director filmed the movie. but I feel that was one of Donald Pleasant's worst performances. I
I
don't know if
blame
you
the
agree with me.
writers. I blame the director. I mean, I don't see it as bad only because I love everything that he does. But if it is bad, then I blame the director. I
But
blame the
yeah, to
writer. I
me,
blame everybody else but him.
but to me, he was the word. That was one of his work. Probably my. If somebody was to say, "Do you hate anything that Donald Pleasance has done?" I didn't like his Bond. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like his Bond performance. It wasn't for me. See, now Murray doesn't like Final Nightmare, but it was one of my favorites. I just like the humor, I like the cameos, and I like the
Did you
twist.
go to the theater and see that?
Yes, I saw it in the theater because of the 3D.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for 3D. Like I have to get me a pair. I don't want to open the 3D glasses that came with the 4K set because I have an issue about we'll get to that one in a second. He's talking about New Nightmare. Um I I don't like opening things in DVD sets as you saw. I like leaving them closed. I gotta find, but they're just regular blue and red glasses. I'm pretty sure I can find some
Right.
3D glasses on Amazon for like $2. So I'm gonna order me a set of 3D glasses. But if the 3D looks good in 4K, because remember there was that whole 3D DVD for a while. The only way to get 3D was on Blu-ray, and you had to have a special TV and a special DVD player.
Mhm.
With this Nightmare 4K set, you can watch it in 3D on any TV. And when I was skimming through to make sure the DVDs were working and everything was fine, because you got to do your own Q&A these fucking days. Um, I saw I played the movie, the 3D version, and it's blurry. If you don't have your glasses, it's all you can see the blur and the blue and red. But anyway, if um, I'm a sucker for 3D. I went to the theaters and saw Friday the 13th Part 3, but that's all I'm going to go with that one. We'll talk about that next week. Um, there was a Vincent Price House of Wax. I went and saw they redid the House of Wax back in, was it the 80s or the 90s? I don't remember. They redid House of Wax with Vincent Price in 3D. Was it the 80s?
I don't. No, I remember the Vincent Price one was what 53, wasn't it?
But they re-released it in theaters.
Oh, if they were, I don't know if they did, which I'm sure they did. I don't remember that. I'm curious now, though.
I'm looking up because I know I went to the theater to see. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, says another major re-release occurred during the 3D revival in the early 80s. So it was in 3D when it originally came out in 71, but they re-released it. So in 71 it was re-released in 3D, and then they did it again in the 80s. I went and saw House of Wax in the 80s in 3D. I loved 3D. I didn't have a problem wearing them glasses for fucking 4 hours, for 2 hours. I loved it. I know a lot of people hated 3D, but I thought it was fucking awesome. I think it's the best gimmick in fucking. I like the old school red and blue glasses over the 3D that we had here recently, because I know Hollywood stopped doing it. Avatar was in 3D, How to Train Your Dragon, everything was in 3D. Like 6-7 years ago. Now they don't make anything in 3D.
Right.
But I love the old 3D with the glasses, with the blue and the red, and it was blurry. I love that shit. But yeah, I went and saw this. I saw 4 and 5 in the theater too, because I saw 1, 2, and 3 on VHS, and then after that, the rest of them I saw in the theater. But 4 and 5, when I saw them in the theater, I do believe I fell asleep in the theater. Then I tried again on I told you, man, 4 and 5 are like the weakest link for me. But the New Nightmare, man, I went to the theaters. I loved it. And I loved the twist. I really thought it was the boy. The boy gets dropped in, and I thought that was Freddy's kid, and for it ended up being the woman doctor. And I like Billy Zane's sister. I like her. I
Yeah.
like her a lot. Lisa Zane, yeah, I got the hots for
Mhm.
her. She was also in the last season of L.A. Law. But yeah, I was Lisa Zane. Row. Um,
Mhm. So you stayed awake for that one in the theater.
yeah, it did fuck with your eyes though. Yeah, I did see it in a theater. See, I didn't get to see Jackass 3 in 3D. I wish I had. Um, but I did see it in a theater. But I like the twist. I liked Yaphet Kotto. I love the 3D. All around, uh I thought Final Nightmare, Freddy's Dead is like top notch. Like if I put it up there, my favorite is 2. I mean, my top 3 would be the first one, obviously. The first one's my first one. My second one is Dream Warriors, and then this would be my number 3. I really think it's a good fucking movie.
Mm.
It's got humor, it's got good kills, it's got great actors, it's got a good twist, it's got the 3D, it's got Yaphet Kotto, it's got Alice Cooper. I mean, fuck, man, it's got everything you want. I mean, I don't know how you feel. Do you even like?
Um,
Do you like Freddy's Dead?
yeah, no, I like Freddy's Dead. I would probably say for me, like if I had to like give my top ranking, it would probably be 3, 4, um, New Nightmare, Freddy's Dead, and 1 are probably
Okay,
like my tops.
your top 3.
5 and 2. I mean, well, I haven't rewatched 5 in a bit, so but 2, I mean, I don't hate it like I used to hate it, but I can still do without it.
Grandpa, that would be a lot of flying dicks coming at you in 3D. Yeah, and it would be hard for me to catch them all too. So yeah,
Well, you don't just use your hands, you gotta too.
yeah, I'd be
There
there,
you
man.
go.
I'd be there. Saw Jackass 3 in theater. Got a concussion from a flying dildo. But yeah, I was just but no, I thought Freddy's Dead was awesome. Like I said, it's the one I've actually watched every so often. I would watch them all in order, and I would sit through 4 and 5. I'd probably read a book or something because I would get sidetracked. But
Mm,
there's been times when I would watch Freddy's Dead just to watch it. Not doing a marathon, just to be like, I want to watch a horror movie and grab Freddy's Dead and watch it. That's how much I liked it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something about that movie. I mean, I just thought it was awesome. You know, it just
yeah, I
it
mean, I
must have been
liked it when I first saw it in theater. I
must have been
remember.
something about my life at the time. I don't. Maybe I was getting ahead in the theater. I don't know, but there was just something about my life at the time must have been great because I love Freddy's Dead. I don't know why. I don't know. I just thought it was fucking cool. I just thought it was fucking cool.
Dude,
But
came out on a Friday the 13th, I remember that because I remember the theater was all fucking decked out for fucking I think
oh,
it
it
was, like,
was.
September 13th. Yeah, and the
It's
theater was all decked
September
out.
13th. Yeah.
They gave, like, these pins, these Freddy's Dead pins that said, like, "Born November something 1984, died Friday, September 13th, 1991," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Wow," but yeah, definitely a step up from 5. Oh god, yeah.
Well, now we'll move on to A New Nightmare. Now, I didn't hate A New Nightmare because it was different,
Mhm,
but I didn't understand why he went. I mean, I know Wes Craven likes to do things different, likes to change things up, and I didn't hate it. For
mhm.
one, I don't like Miko Hughes. Let's just throw that out there. He's probably one of the worst kid actors of all time. Yeah, I know. No
He played
fair.
him
No
in Jack
fair.
the Bear?
I'm not. I can't stand Miko Hughes. There's just something about the guy. I don't have anything against him. There was just something when he was a
Got
kid. I just.
he got destroyed by a tractor trailer in Pet Cemetery, for Christ's sake.
I mean, I did have a. I did have a. I did fucking. I did think it was funny when he was like, he's all Killer Gage, and then he's like, no fair. And he did his. I thought that was funny, but
Mhm.
I just can't get into. I don't know. I don't like Miko Hughes, but the whole thing about trying to make it real life, but because they made Heather Langenkamp like some kind of douchebag, and I know that she was supposed to be herself in the movies, but she was kind of like a conceited Hollywood star in the movie.
Mhm.
And Robert Englund played a dick. You know what I'm saying? It's like they weren't even playing the, because from everything I ever heard, Robert Englund's a cool guy. But the
Yeah.
Robert Englund in the movie, he was playing like a pompous ass. And I'm like, it just didn't, nothing clicked for me. The only character in the entire movie to me that made sense was Wes Craven's character. Wes Craven was being actually Wes Craven. You know what I mean? It's like everybody else was just being a fictitious version of themselves. So
Right.
I really couldn't get, I mean, I don't hate it. I have watched it on its own. I know some people are anti the way Freddy looks in a New Nightmare. I thought he looked pretty
No, I
cool.
like the look. The look was cool.
He looked more evil than anything
Mhm.
else. I thought he looked really cool. He was like very evil looking. I like the way the claw was actually him. It wasn't,
You
you know
know
what I mean?
what? Ho I just had a thought, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just had a thought. Robert Englund was, okay, playing kinda like a jerk asshole in the movie, right?
Right.
But if you watch the movie, he really seemed kind of off. So, I think they were trying to play that maybe the Freddy character was taking over the real person. Because if you notice, like, there's scenes where he does paintings and things like that, and they're all like of this weird, like, shit. Like, like, so maybe the whole thing is that he's being a dick is because they're trying to say that Freddy is taking him over. He's becoming Freddy. And that's why the character was like that.
I mean, that could be true. That could be true. I'm not gonna say no, but now when I go back and watch it in 4K, I'll look at it through your eyes and see if it clicks in my head that way. Because that's a good point. The whole movie is, you know, but I didn't hate the concept. I thought it was an original story. Wes Craven came up with an original story, in a I didn't hate it. It felt weird, it felt off, but I liked his look. I didn't like the kid, but that was just cuz, the kid actor. The character itself was fine. Um, you know, I'll rewatch it and think of it the way you brought it up, and maybe I'll see it differently. But I didn't hate it. But I love, like I said, the look. That was the best look I think Freddy's had. I you know,
Yeah.
he had that overcoat, that long,
Mhm.
you know, you, you know. I just thought he just looked so evil. It just looked so cool. I just thought it was so
Mhm.
cool. Now the next one, that was the last one of the Freddy Krueger. We're gonna take Freddy and Jason and put a pin in that one. And we're gonna talk about that one next week
Mhm.
when I do the Nightmare and when I do the Friday the 13th. Because next week is gonna be Friday the 13th, because I said the Halloween episode was going to be about my introduction into horror, and Friday the 13th is my favorite franchise, and they go together. So we're not going to talk about Freddy versus Jason. We'll talk about that next week. So put a pin in that one. Put a pin in that one.
Even though I will, but okay, so we'll put a pin in it. But I will say this: the cripple doesn't agree with me. Maybe you will. I still see Freddy versus Jason as more of a Nightmare on Elm Street movie than a Friday the 13th movie.
We're going to put a pin in it.
That's yeah.
We're going to talk about it next Thursday when I do the Halloween episode.
That's a good question for thought. People think that over for next week.
Yes, I'm going to, because some of you may be shocked or awed or whatever when it comes to Freddy versus Jason with me. So yeah, some of you may, I don't know, we'll put a pin in it. We'll save it for next week. I don't want to be too controversial today. We'll do it next week. But I do want to talk about A Nightmare on Elm Street. You know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, not that piece of shit.
You know, yeah, 2010, baby.
God. Oh God.
Jackie Earl Haley.
Oh,
now I'm gonna look. God. I'm gonna say, hold on. They had Thomas Dekker. Love Thomas Dekker. You know, all the people in the movie were really good. Now they weren't. They were good actors. It was a shitty script. But here's the thing. I'm going to call this out. Like I'm going to be probably that one guy in the room who people are throwing bags full of shit at. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here. Hold on now. Jackie Earl Haley. All right. I'm going to say it. The look of Freddy Krueger was terrible. The look. He looked terrible. Now, I know they tried to make him look like a real-life burn victim, and we've all seen real-life burn victims. And I'm not going to post a picture of a real-life burn victim because I don't want to get YouTube pissed at me, because I am broadcasting on YouTube. But real life, he did look like a real-life burn victim. He looked like a have you ever seen Pink Floyd's The Wall, the movie? There's this.
No, I don't believe I've seen it in its entirety.
That I can show. Let me bring that up. Pink Floyd, The Wall, kid masks. Here we go. Now you're probably gonna say I'm fucking retarded, but this right here is what makes me think of the 2010 Freddy Krueger. Oops, hold on. Some of you might agree with me. Some of you might not. I'll have to ask. Murray will have to chime in. Maybe some of these other guys have to chime in. But when I see the picture, when I see Jackie Earl Haley's fucking mask, Freddy Krueger, I think of these kids.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it.
When I see that Freddy Krueger, I think of the kids from fucking Pink Floyd's The Wall. Those kids right there. The way the mouth and the eye. That's what I see. Okay? That's what I see. Mm-hmm. So basically, let me get that out of there. So basically, I didn't like the way he looked. But I'm going to go on record saying the mannerisms, the way he portrayed the character, I didn't hate it.
Right.
I think he did a very good job with what he had being a Freddy Krueger. I think if there was a more qualified writer and there was a way more qualified director and way better makeup artist, I think the 2010 could have been a good movie. I'm sorry. I think it could have been a good movie. Now, we know it wasn't. All right? We know it wasn't. My thing is, I don't know how. I'm going to tell you why it sucked. For one, fucking Bob Shea should have fucking. Well, for one, I don't think Bob Shea had anything. I think at this point in 2010, I do believe Warner Brothers owned them, right? So I don't think
Yeah.
he had a
Oh
say.
yeah. At that point,
Yes.
yeah.
So he didn't have a say. If this movie would have never been done if he was still sitting at the table, I guarantee it.
No.
And if there
Definitely
was a remake, it wouldn't have been this bad.
no.
And even Robert Englund, I'm looking at it right here. He voiced his support. He voiced his support of the remake and his support of Haley being in the role. So he didn't. I mean, I don't know if he hated it, but he was in support. I wasn't. I didn't mind them doing a reboot. It didn't bother me. It just didn't end the way it didn't end the way the CGI was shitty. It didn't turn out.
Well,
See,
and they
you said
really
it.
played up the child. They really played up the child predator angle, and that was just too much. I think for me.
I think that helped it. It made it more like the whole thing with we seeing Amanda Kruger surrounded by all the crazies, and it brought it to. I think the Delp diet, the way they handled him being a child predator, as bad as it is, it helped. No one wants to think of Freddy Krueger and what he did, but it helped establish him as a really bad person. You know what I mean? Hearing somebody do something and seeing somebody do something are two different things. You know what I mean? And the more information you get,
Right.
the more you're disgusted. Like,
Mhm.
you know, if somebody said, "Oh, yeah, they arrested this guy in Milwaukee, he was a cannibal," be like, "Oh, that's gross," and then that would be the end of it. But you do see exactly what Jeffrey Dahmer did. You're like, "Oh my god, I hate this motherfucker." Now you know why that woman was all Jeffrey, Jeffrey, I hate you. I hate your guts, Jeffrey. Now we know why she did it. But just hearing, oh, this Jeffrey guy ate people. But then you move on. The more you know, the more you don't like it. The more it disgusts you, the more you hate it. So I like I like that they did that. You know what I mean? It makes you really like all the years people loved Freddy. They cheered for Freddy. They did a movie where hopefully you weren't going to be a cheerleader for Freddy, because you know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. No, I can. I
But
mean, I see that part of it, but I
it was
definitely see
just
that part of it.
it had a weak story. I had hope for it. I thought it was going to be better than it was, and it was a huge disappointment. I think Warner Brothers ruined it, and I'll go out on a limb too and say I'm I have my own demons to battle with this guy. All right, I have my own demons to battle with this guy. But Michael Bay sometimes ruins things he touches. Let's just say that. Do I hate every Michael Bay movie? No. Do you hate every Michael Bay movie?
No, I don't.
But
Bad
do you
Boys
hate some?
impeccable.
But you do hate some Michael Bay movies.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there's some Friday the 13th remake.
Well, Michael Bay was the producer of the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Piece of shit.
So there were too many people. They should have brought in people who knew Freddy. I think Bob Shea, they should have gave, but I don't even know if Bob Shea was even, because I know when Warner Brothers first bought them, he still stuck around for a little while. Because Bob Shea was a part of the dealings with the whole Lord of the Rings. So at some point, but I don't know if Bob Shea, let me look and see when Bob Shea left. When he left New Line.
hmm
Bob Shea left the company in 2008.
Ah, so two
So
years
before.
prior. hmm
So I guarantee you this movie would have never been made if he had never left.
Well,
I'm
that
not saying
had
it
to
would
be
have.
in development while he was still there, you would think, right? Like
Yeah, but it might have
2008, they
once.
were probably
But
still
once he
developing
left,
it.
it may have gone in another direction. He may not have even had anything to do with the. He might not have had anything to do with the. With the. He might have been in the pre-planning of it. Because some movies can be put together quick. It's not like your movie that's
Oh,
taken
yeah.
like 20 years. Some movies can.
Yeah,
Some movies, yeah, you get not, and a writer's block for 15 years and then pawn it off to Rhodes. But
exactly.
no, I'm just,
Holy shit, do
I'm
you know
like,
how old he is? Bob Shea is 86 years old.
yeah, but he doesn't have to work anymore because Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm upset that he sold New Line. He could have ran it. Look, in the world of movies, in the world of corporate America, you can run something to the day you die.
Yeah,
If dude wasn't diddling women on the side, the Weinsteins would probably still be running fucking their company, but he couldn't keep his dick to himself. And you could, look, fucking Mel Brooks is gonna do Spaceballs, and that guy is fucking 90 something fucking years old.
he's gonna be
So
100.
right, so I mean, Dick Van Dyke was doing a documentary last year at 98, which keep your fingers crossed. He turns 100 in December, and he's still with us, and it's almost fucking November. So
Yeah.
fucking let's go, Dick Van Dyke. Woo! But
Mhm.
Bob Shea, I wish he had never sold New Line because I think Warner Brothers is a shell of what they used to be. Let's be honest, a fucking
Well,
shell. First,
now they're selling everything, you know what I mean? Now they're fucking
well, they bought New Line and they fucked up New Line. What really killed? I'm gonna be honest here. What really killed fucking Warner Brothers was when AT&T bought them. I will go to that hill that we all die on and say, a phone company had no
Mhm.
fucking business buying a
Mhm.
media company. You fucking do telephones, you do wireless, you do PCs, you don't fucking run networks. And they fucked up
No.
Warner Brothers. And then Warner Brothers got bought by Discovery. And Discovery, I'm not gonna defend David Zaslav because I think he's a cocksucker because he got rid of all
Yeah.
the animated shit, fucking dickhead. But we're still getting our Tom and Jerry, but I don't think that was Warner Brothers. But
MGM, which I think is under Warner Brothers umbrella now, but it is MGM, Tom and
no,
Jerry.
MGM got bought out by Amazon. Remember, Amazon owns fucking MGM, and that's why they bought.
Oh,
And then they
right,
bought the
right.
rights. Yeah, they bought the rights from the Broccoli family. So Bond gets to stay with MGM. Now I wish the Broccoli family didn't, but you know what? We'll put a pin in that one too for when we do the Bond thing. Cause so Murray needs to get with me and do the Bond thing for the neighbors. But
Mhm.
um Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, who I think's a fucking cockknocker, but I have to defend him in one thing. The only
Mhm.
reason Warner Brothers has only gotten worse under him is because it was fucked up to begin with, and he doesn't have the money and the patience and the know-how to fix it. AT&T fucked it up so bad. So now he's spinning it off into a separate division, and he's going to sell Warner Brothers yet again. So I think he wants to keep Discovery because that was his baby, and it was working fine. So I think he's going to keep Discovery. David's going to keep Discovery. He just wants to get rid of. I think he's going to keep Discovery. Discovery and CNN are going to be one company. I think he wants to keep he wants to keep CNN and Discovery. It's the Warner Brothers and HBO and shit he wants to sell off. And I
Mhm.
know Paramount was in talks, Skydance were in talks to buy it, but it went down the tubes because I think they didn't offer him as much as he wanted.
Well,
But here's the thing.
they were they upped their offer. He rejected 2 offers from Paramount. I think one was like $20 a share. Then they went up to $24 a share. So, but now Warner Brothers is up for sale. Like,
Right.
he put them up for sale. So I
Well,
don't know what's going on if Paramount will come
I know
back
at
or what.
one point there was a rumor that Netflix was thinking about it.
Yeah,
My thing is, will the
Netflix can't.
FCC allow someone like Paramount to buy Warner Brothers? Because that's going to give them a huge. I mean, it doesn't give them a monopoly, but them owning Warner Brothers gives them a huge chunk. You know what I mean? It's like if Netflix bought Warner Brothers, I don't see it being that big of a problem because Netflix has a movie studio, but it's just Netflix films. It's not that big of a deal. So
Right.
I don't know. I would really prefer if Netflix, if anybody bought him Netflix for a couple reasons. For one, because Netflix will probably put all of the fucking library of Warner Brothers on Netflix. Maybe they'll put back the animated shit. You know, once the license agreements, you know, because I know Zaslav licensed it out to Pluto and all that shit. But maybe they'll bring it back into Netflix. It'll boost the library for Netflix streaming. And Netflix actually does know how to run a multimedia corporation. So maybe Warner Brothers might thrive. And maybe there's something that Warner Brothers can do to release Batgirl. Maybe there's something that they can do when they buy it that they can, you know, because I know it's a tax write-off for Warner Brothers, but maybe they can work something out. I don't know. I'm surprised somebody at Warner Brothers hasn't leaked it. You know, some disgruntled worker or something, because Warner Brothers legally did it as a tax write-off. So they legally cannot release Batgirl ever, or they could get in big, big trouble. But if it got leaked on the internet and that's beyond their control, they wouldn't get in trouble. I can't believe that somebody at Warner Brothers hasn't leaked a fucking ISO or something. You know, somebody leaked the fucking work print of fucking Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I have it in a book in there. Still got the counter in the bottom and everything, and there's no special effects and stuff. Someone did a work print of the Wolverine movie. So you're mean to tell me that a Star Wars movie can get leaked on the internet, a work print, but somebody at Warner Brothers cannot leak Batgirl?
Yeah. We're
I
the
know
we're the
nobody.
Schumacher cut of Batman Forever.
Right. So I
Schumacher.
know that there is absolutely nobody watching who works for Warner Brothers because I'm not that lucky. But by golly, if for some reason somebody ever does come across this that works at Warner Brothers, fucking leak it, dude. The White House leaks stuff all the time. Fucking leak it. We want to see the Batgirl movie because I bet you
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad as people thought.
I
David
don't.
Zaslav's just a cockknocker who was being a dick. Just gonna say it.
Mhm.
Just gonna say it.
It's all about
But
money.
anyway,
It's all about
right.
money.
But back to Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. I don't know. I don't. I think if Robert Shea was around, do I feel he would have rebooted it? Yes, but I don't think it would have been as poor. It would have been done as poorly as it was. I think. I think he would have done a way better job being at the helm.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm very upset that's the way the franchise ended in everybody's mind. I mean, we had A New Nightmare was the last Nightmare movie, and it was a good movie. A lot of people liked it. I liked it. Had its flaws, but it was good. Wasn't my favorite, but it was good. But then we got 2010. So it's like it's you know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
I want them to reboot it again just to fix the fucking problem. You know what I mean? Knowing that it'll probably do nothing but create another fucking problem because Hollywood for some reason doesn't know what they're doing anymore. But it's
No,
like
they don't.
and see, here's the thing about shot for shot remakes. It worked. It worked for Night of the Living Dead. Oh, Savini's remake was basically a shot for shot, and it was good. I loved it. But then that fucking Anne Heche Psycho was shot for shot, and it sucked
Whoa.
balls.
Oh God, no. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Oh,
See? And it was shot for shot. That's what I'm saying. So if somebody did a shot for shot remake for Nightmare, it could go either way. So I know a lot of people are like, let it end. But at this point, I think at this point, I would like to see them. See, Cody's right. Shay would have taken great care with the house that Freddy built. If he was in early development, if he was at the studio with early development of a remake or of a reboot, I don't think what we saw was what he was a part of, because he wouldn't have let it happen. He wouldn't have let it happen.
No,
Um,
definitely
no.
not.
But when it comes to horror movies, here's how I see it. I'm only going to bring this up one time because I can't do it with you. It's time to put Halloween to rest for a little while. Let it lay low, like Friday the 13th. Now is the time to figure out your licensing issue and release a new, not some stupid television show from A24. Fuck that. No.
Well, that's all.
I
That
hate
just wrapped. That's coming.
Do I hate A24 films? No. Some of them I think are a little bit too elitist. Some of them I think are a little too full of themselves, but not everything A24 does is like that. Some stuff I really enjoy. Um, but I don't think I'm going to like Crystal Lake. I just don't think. I'm not going to say it sucks and be a naysayer out the gate. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to work. But Base Motel kind of worked, so we'll have to wait and see. But I don't think it will. But I would like them to go back and do a good Friday the 13th movie. But we'll put a pin in that.
It
And I
says one's in
want them
development.
and I want them to put Halloween on ice. I know Blumhouse lost the rights, so there won't be another Blumhouse release. But
Miramax has it now, which is with
Miramax.
Paramount.
So hopefully, they need to let it rest. Let us.
They will until the 50th anniversary in 2028. They're going to do a 50th anniversary movie. I can
Okay,
guarantee
you
you
better
that.
do it right, because ends. I'm sorry, I know you liked ends and kills, or kills and ends, but
Yeah,
ends
2018 was a garbage. Ugh.
that trilogy was just. Now, a dream come true would be for them to continue the storyline from 6, but we know they're
Yes.
never going to fucking. We know
Oh,
they're never going to fucking give us that.
I
So
will
we might as well quit
fly
asking.
somewhere and tell them we're doing it.
So we might as well get over the
You know where the gold
get over
is. You know
that.
where the gold is, Paul.
Yeah,
You know. You
because
know.
I want to know more about the fucking cult, dude. I want to
Goddamn right
I
you
want to
do. Yeah.
yeah. So I would like to see them bring back 6. Paul
Damn
Rudd
right.
still looks like he did then. So we
You know he fucking does.
right, and I'm pretty sure he'd do it too, because he's not an elitist. He'll do shit. So
Would.
I think he'd do it. So,
Oh,
but they won't do it. But I would love to see that. But I didn't like though. I prefer Rob Zombie's versions over those fucking 3. And I know people are probably throwing tomatoes at me, but I do. I swear I didn't. I just no.
no, I do
So
like zombies. I do like zombies.
so the Halloween movies need to go on ice so people want it. Friday 13th needs to be done again somehow, but we'll put a pin in that because I'm going to talk about that next week. But Nightmare, it's been what, 2010? So
Yeah,
Nightmare on Elm
it's
Street needs to
15 years.
it's time for them to do something.
Bring
See,
back
Cody
Freddy.
says Robinson says 80 slashers probably need to go the way of the Universal Monster and go dormant for a couple of decades and then do a Hammer-esque reboot. That would be cool too. I'm not going to say he's wrong. I'm not going to say he's wrong.
Well,
But
see, it wouldn't be cool because then we would miss out because it would go dormant and we would die and then we'd never see it.
well, I might die way sooner than that. And I don't want that to happen. But, you know,
You're not dying. I'm going first. I told you that. That's how it's happening.
I do like Rob's Halloween. Now
Well,
I can't talk about Halloween. I can't do it. I was getting ready to start. Nope.
I just saw probably better than the original, and I Can't. Nope. We're not. Nope. Nope.
I can't talk
Nope.
about it because you'll start snorting and crying. So no,
Nope.
we're gonna stick to Nightmare. So, but Nightmare on Elm Street needs to be fixed, whether it be a reboot or they pick a storyline and continue with it. Now, obviously, they can't do the new Nightmare thing. So I think that was a one within its own. But I
Yeah.
think they should go back and revive him somehow from Freddy's Dead and just continue it. Instead of rebooting it, they should continue it somehow. I think they should. You know, if you ask me, which nobody did, but if you ask me, let me take my ears hurting a little bit. Earbuds do hurt after a little while.
Yes, they do.
If you ask me, the way I would bring back Freddy, but no one asked, but I'm gonna tell you, I
Mhm.
would try to link it with the Evil Dead and have Ash bring Freddy back through the Necronomicon.
Ooh, and then link it in with Jason Goes to Hell because
See,
Jason's a Deadite.
we could put a pin in that. But we could have Ash bring him back through that. That would be a good way to bring Freddy
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
Because in Freddy's Dead, they killed him off. But let's just say, for instance, Necronomicon can do things. So I'm saying that's my that if I lived in Hollywood and worked in Hollywood,
Mhm.
I would go that route. I'd try to figure a way to get the rights and merge them together and have Ash do it. Now, would it
Mhm.
be Bruce Campbell? According to Rhodes, that's the only person that can. But I would be
You
okay if
goddamn right.
I'd be okay. See, if they were going to do it with Ash, but Bruce doesn't want to do all the acting and all the stunts and stuff.
Oh, fuck
Perfect
him.
way
He'll do it for the money. I'll
the
give him the
perfect
money.
way to
He'll
open
do it.
the perfect way to open the movie would be the perfect way to open the movie would be
Okay.
for Ash to bring back Freddy Krueger at the beginning of the movie,
Right?
and then Freddy Krueger kill Ash, and Ash have some one spectacular one-liner before he's offed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Give me some
'cause
death,
I could
baby.
right, like I like Ash being like you got to be shitting me after all
Mhm.
this, oh, and then have him get killed or something.
That would be
Have,
good.
old man Ash sitting around fucking with the Necronomicon, doing something stupid, and Freddy Krueger showing up and
Yeah.
being like, "I'll
Yeah.
take it from here, buddy," or something, and then some fucking classic one-liner, and then boom, Ash is dead, and now we've got Freddy Krueger back, and now we can do a Friday the 13th. We can reboot and bring back Freddy Krueger. That's what I would do. But no one's ever going to ask me, and I can't write for shit, and I wouldn't be cheap enough to use Chat GTP. So, but that was something I would do. I think that would be fucking the perfect way. It kills off Ash. It lets Bruce Campbell finally put it to an end, and it opens the door for Freddy to come back, and we can have a good time. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say.
I'm gonna clip
Because
this and send this to Rhodes, and he'll have a fucking treatment to you by like 2 or 3 days from now. I guarantee.
are you
That
really gonna clip
he
it and send
does.
it to him?
I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna send it to him and be like, "Here, dude. You want a writing challenge? Here you go."
He's either gonna think it's the coolest thing ever, or he's gonna think I'm a moron because I want to kill off Ash at the beginning. So I don't know how he's gonna feel about it. I get a
Oh,
nasty text.
well, yeah, you'll find out.
But yeah, I when it comes to the Nightmare on Elm Street series as a whole, I like it. If you take out 2010, I really love it. Even with
Right.
4 and 5 being the weakest links and putting me to sleep, I still it holds a place in my heart. You know, there's a lot of franchises that hold a place in my heart. Like I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, but they don't hold a place in my heart. I enjoy them, but they don't hold a place in my heart. Uh, Friday the 13th, which we'll get to next week, holds a place in my heart.
Mhm.
Nightmare on Elm Street holds a place in my heart. Again, obviously the Universal Monsters, even though it's not a series, but the Universal Monsters hold a place in my heart.
Mhm.
Anything Vincent Price holds a place in my heart. Phantasms, even though I know the boys will disagree with me, but some 4 and 5 were shit.
I
Um,
like
I s
5.
they
4 I
still
didn't
hold a
like, but
place
5
they
I like.
still hold a place they still hold a place in my heart. I love all the actors in the movies. Even though the
Mhm.
storyline in 4 or 5 were really shit, they did a good job acting. I don't Reggie Bannister, all those people, I love them. Um, it's just no. But they still hold a place in my heart. Don't take it the wrong way. They still hold a place in my fucking heart. But Nightmare on Elm Street is one of those series that, with all its faults and all its problems, it's a good franchise. At least they tried and they stayed on track. They didn't pull. Notice how I didn't say Halloween. Halloween doesn't hold a place in my heart because studios fucked it up. That thing has more branches than the tree in my fucking yard. All right.
That's right.
This is the storyline here. This is a storyline there. And then we've got Rob Zombie's storyline. And then
But
we've got the cult, which they fucking never finished. And then okay, this is the movie if 2 and 3 didn't exist. And then the whole Jamie people.
but in
So
in in
Halloween,
in all reality though, Paul, the only Halloween branch that matters is 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6.
right. But we're not going to talk about
That's
why.
the branch that matters. Yeah.
We're going to stop with it right there.
Mhm.
But the studios, Halloween got fucked up because of licensing. Was it the Akkads who had it from the get go?
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
was Carpenter, and then Akkad bought it from Carpenter after I think he finally bought it in 80. I want to say 86 after Carpenter pitched a Halloween 4 that they didn't like. Ugh.
I
Although I
feel
would have liked to have seen it. It was good.
the way things played out, the way things played out, I think Akkad did better with the series than anybody else did. I don't know if anybody
Mhm.
agrees with me. I don't know if you agree with me, but
Well,
Akkad
no,
did a better
I
job.
do agree.
Um, the only thing in the Halloween franchise that I will say, and I will talk about, and I will say it right here,
Mhm.
they fucking Busta Rhymes, man. That was some bullshit. I'm a fan of Busta Rhymes. I like his rap. I've liked him in other things, but he had no that whole fucking that was a terrible movie. I don't know if you agree with me or not. That was a
Yeah,
terrible.
Resurrection is the weakest. It really is. It really is.
I can't. I can't.
It's
I have to
it's
smoke.
it,
I have to smoke weed and
you
watch that
know,
one because I can't.
fucking H2O has even grown on me over the years. Fucking Resurrection though. Oh. And I still watch it from time to time and I'm like, "Why the fuck are you watching this, idiot?
Yeah, I don't.
Why?"
I don't know why you're. I don't know why you're watching it. You need to.
I don't know either.
I mean, it's in my box set, and my daughter wants to watch all the Halloween movies with me because she's wants to get into them and see them for the first time. And I told her I would,
Oh,
so I will watch. I will watch
that's
Resurrection
precious.
because
That's
she
precious
has.
father-daughter time.
I have to. I have to. I have to. She has to see it because either
Yeah.
she's going to agree with me that it's the shittiest, or she's going to like it. So we'll have to wait and see. Rick Rosenthal betrayed us. So, but yeah, but that's all I'm gonna talk about with Halloween because I can't do it with you. I'll be here another hour, and I can't. No,
Mm,
I
mm.
can't do it. So I'm gonna cap off the nightmare with what I was saying. Um, at least it was consistent, with the exception of the reboot and the new Nightmare. At least it was following. You know, it kind of flowed. You had Nancy, then you tried something different, but then you brought Nancy back, and then 3, 4, and 5 were all linked. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
Kincaid was in, then they, all those 3 films were linked, and then Freddy's Dead wasn't linked to any of them, but it was still following the tradition of Freddy, and seeing why he became the predator. We saw how his dad was, so at least it was still following this. You know what I mean? It still had. It was like one big gigantic story. Where New Nightmare was something different, which I was fine with, but it was something different. But like, I just fucking earbud. But when it comes to but then you throw in 10 and it fucked it all up. But it was solid. It stayed on track. Like there for a while, we'll put a pin in it, but Friday the 13th stayed on track there for a little while. But at least it stayed on track. And with Bob Shea at the helm, it did pretty good. So there's a place in my heart for Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll always cherish it. I wasn't going to buy it in 4K. I was going to stick to my Blu-ray release. But I saw some screenshots and I was like, I knew it had the uncensored, cuts of 1 and 5 in there. And I knew it was in there, but I was like, I can live without it. I'm not, I'm fine with the original versions I have. I'm cool with it. I got the Never Sleep Again documentary. I love it. And I was like, I'm not going to buy it. Then I saw some screenshots. And I'm like, ugh. So I pre-ordered it. And when I pre-ordered it. Of course, Big Mur was like, I knew you'd do it. So I did it. And then I gave my Blu-ray set to my son because I'm never going to watch the Blu-ray set. I know I gave up some special features that were on it that I don't have anymore, but it's my son. If I said, hey, let me have that DVD set back.
I think you have everything. Because I think the features, at least, because I've watched 1 through 4 on the 4K right now. And all of the features from the Blu-rays that are on the 4K.
I don't think the 4K ones came with the 2 episodes of Freddy's Nightmares, though.
No, they didn't.
But I'm okay because I know someone that got me some copies of Freddy's Nightmare, so I'm covered. I can watch them.
Yes.
But I will mention that having Freddy's Nightmare on Blu-ray that magically appeared in my mailbox.
Yes.
There were a handful of those that were really good, but some of them were snoozers, man. I'm surprised it was 2 seasons, right? It pulled out 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 44 episodes total.
I can't believe it pulled out 2 seasons, because some of those first season ones were a snooze fest. But I like the effort they made. Was Freddy's Nightmares as good as Monsters? No. Was it as good as From Tales from the Dark Side? No. Was it as good as Twilight Zone? Fuck no. But it was still good. You know what I mean? I still liked it. Freddy's Nightmares was still good. It just wasn't the best. But at the time, it was cool. Like when I watched them when I rewatched the ones on Blu-ray, I was like, man, I liked these as a kid. They're not clicking. So back in the day when they first aired, seeing Freddy on weekly on syndication was the coolest fucking thing. Man, you couldn't wait. But as an adult watching it, it's like, this isn't that good. So I don't include that into the franchise because it really has nothing to do with the movie series. It was more of a Twilight Zone for Freddy Krueger. So I don't hate it, but I don't link it in with the series. It's like Friday the 13th. It was a great television show. That dude and his, owning the curio shop and finding all the cursed objects. I thought it was an awesome fucking show. I gotta try to find a copy of it on Blu-ray. I don't know if they still sell it on DVD. I'd love to get it. But Friday the 13th, the series was fucking awesome. I just think they should have gave it a different name.
Yeah,
Because
no, I agree with
I
you
like
there.
right, I
They
like the stories, right?
Mhm.
So, but Nightmare on Elm Street is its own. It's awesome. It deserves the love it gets. It deserves the credit it gets. And I just think I hope it's a movie series that never loses. See, that's what I'm scared of the most.
Mhm.
That's what I'm scared of the most is that over time people are going to forget Nightmare on Elm Street. As the younger generation continues, they're going to be, and there's nothing wrong with art. There's nothing wrong with the new killers. There's nothing wrong with the new movies. I'm just
Mhm.
deathly afraid that people are going to forget Nightmare on Elm Street. And it's going to be a movie series that just disappears. Whether or
Mhm.
not Hollywood brings it back is one thing, but I don't want, it's like with my music shows. There's a lot of good music out there, and I don't want people to forget about it. And Nightmare on Elm Street is one of those kind of movie series that people need to see. Just like I feel people need to see the Universal Monsters. Just like I feel people need to watch Hammer films. I mean, would you agree Hammer films are the kind of movies that every horror fan should see?
Oh, yeah. Hammer films are definitely, like, the type that if you're a horror fan and you're not watching Hammer, then you're missing out.
Right.
Big t
So, to me, I don't want people to forget Freddy. I don't want him to become, you know, I, I don't want him to be forgotten, and I don't want
Mhm.
a young generation going back and seeing for the first time. Oh, the first time they ever saw a Freddy movie was 2010. That would break my heart.
Oh,
You
oh,
know?
oh. Mhm.
Right.
Makes
So,
me sick just thinking
so
about it. Ugh.
right. So I don't know about everybody else, but I think A Nightmare on Elm Street is definitely, with all its flaws, is one of the best franchises out there. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep. It's not the best, but one of the best, yes.
Right. I don't know if Big Mur put his I don't know if anybody's I don't know if Murray got his episode ready, but I'm gonna do the plugs real quick. I'm gonna
Okay.
start with your plugs. I'm gonna start with plugging Rabbit and Red. I'm gonna start with plugging Rabbit and Red because we're on Rabbit and Red. When I'm on the radio, I usually plug the
Okay.
radio stuff first, but I'm gonna plug your shit first because we're on Rabbit and Red right now. So let me pull up my cheat sheet. All right. Now, all these shows I'm about to tell you, you can watch them at rabbitandredpodcastnetwork.com. Rabbitandredpodcastnetwork.com. The other two shows that are on this list, you can also watch those. Okay, all these shows are available at rabbitandredpodcastnetwork.com. The
Mhm.
audio and the video. The video shows alone you can check out at facebook.com/Real Rabbit and Red Radio. You can also check out the video shows at youtube.com/Rabbit and Red Podcast Network.com. And you can go to the new one, which is Rabbit and Red _ Horror Network on Kick if you wanted to. Now, I'm going to ridicule you a little bit. Why did you pick such a
Okay.
long fucking title?
Because, see, it's technically we're 2 networks now. We're the Horror Network, which is Rabbit and Red and film-related shows, and Crippled Cody. And then there's, Rabbit and Red Podcast Network, which is basically everything else.
Okay.
So you're on the Rabbit and Red, but the Rabbit and Red Podcast Network is also the audio side, and that has the audio episodes of everything as well.
Right. But the name, Rabbit and Red _ Horror Network, is so big.
Right.
Something tells me we're not going to get a lot of viewers over there.
I don't know. I was just trying to I'm like, okay, so we'll put horror podcast Rabbit and Red. I'm thinking of searches. You know what I mean? Like if you
Right.
just
No,
search
I
for
get it.
something.
I
That's
get it.
what I'm thinking.
I get it. Like we're both winging it here because Kick's new, and we're no Asmongold, so I don't think we've had a
I
single except for the spammers. But you never know when someone's going to come across us. You never know when something's going to happen, and you never know when someone's going to come across us on Kick, and next thing you know, we get a little small following on Kick. So I'm not gonna. So I'm not gonna. I'd rather us be streaming on Kick than Twitter or X, because not a lot of people watch shit on X.
Well, yeah.
So,
Well, that's why I pulled. That's why I pulled it from X and I put it on Kick instead, because I'm just
and
like
streaming on and streaming on your own personal Facebook page seemed like a waste because you don't got any friends. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
Drive
at least
to the fucking network page, please.
right. So we're just streaming on the pages I think that'll get the most views. So, but Kick is something new. Hey, it doesn't hurt to try it. In 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, if no one's watching it, we can always remove it. It's not that hard to do. So, but anyway, I gave you where to watch them. Now here's the shows. After I fix my fucking earbud again. Stupid fucking earbuds. So Mondays, when it comes to Rabbit and Red Radio, the podcast, all these times are Eastern. Figure it out yourselves. The current cut is on Monday at 7 p.m. It's a video show. Tuesdays at 6 p.m., it's Rabbit and Red Radio Live. Once again, video show. And the rest of these are all audio shows. This is Ska. It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. Grandpa's World Live is on Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Because you're watching it. St. Christopher Presents Freak Radio is Thursdays at 11 o'clock at night because, he wants to be on when everybody's laid back in bed.
Well, I think he's central. That's why I think he does it, because it's 10 o'clock for him.
Right. And then anything Posy is Friday nights at 11 p.m. So all those shows, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Friday, those are audio shows, and the other 3 are video shows. So now that you got that. Now, on to GTN. Tomorrow's Friday. There will be a Big Murray Presents, whether it'll be a rerun, which I only have 2 of, but if he finishes and gets it to me by tomorrow afternoon, I can edit it together and upload it. I think he said
I just can't grab those Vortex episodes.
I don't think they exist anymore.
I went trying to look for them because I was going to grab them for you, but I couldn't find them.
No, they're gone. They're zippity doo dah.
Wow.
But I'm gonna look.
Really wasted catalog. That's horrible.
He might have put them in the. He might have put them in the folder, and I don't know, and he didn't tell me. So let me look real quick before I.
Yeah, because that's a shame to waste that catalog, man. That is a shame.
Nope. All I have in there right now is Aloha from Hawaii and Testament. So hopefully he gets them to me tonight or tomorrow. But either way, there's going to be a Big Murray Presents tomorrow at 9 p.m. Then don't forget to tune in on GTN Saturday at 8 p.m. Central for Grandpa's Playlist. I'm covering the 1994 release from Motley Crue, their self-titled album, Motley Crue, with John Corabi. If you're a huge Motley Crue fan and you love Vince Neil, don't forget to tune in because you're going to hate me. So make sure you tune in for that because I tell it like it is. I'm throwing some hard shit at you. So that's Saturday. Sunday at 10 a.m., Soothing Sounds. Make sure you check that out. Softer Side of Grandpa. And then this Sunday, there's a special Halloween episode of Instrumental Insanity at 7 p.m. I'm going to do it at 7 p.m. And then I'm playing John Carpenter's Halloween soundtrack, the original Halloween soundtrack, that Sunday night.
Have you talked? Do you do a commentary during that, or is it in between tracks?
Yes.
Or you just...
No, I play some tracks and I talk and play some tracks. Well, the way I do Instrumental Insanity is like is the same way I do my other shows. So you probably never heard it because you wouldn't listen to me on another network. Um,
Right.
I do my opening like I do soothing sounds and all that, and then I would play like 3 or 4 instrumental songs, then come back and talk, play some more, and then talk. But because I'm doing it like a grandpa's playlist, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the soundtrack, talk about the movie. So I'll probably play like 3 songs, then come back and talk, and then play like 3 songs, so that's how that's gonna roll. But it's
Do you
instrumental
mention
insanity.
do you mention Donald?
Well, I'm not gonna say because I don't need you to lose your shit. You'll have to tune in. You'll have to tune in.
Oh, I'll tune in, don't you worry.
So so that'll be Sunday, and then don't forget Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central, 6 Pacific. Getting to Live with Ace, Ken Ace Brewer show, fucking awesome show. That's on, and then that comes back to Wednesday with Grandpa's Music Sideshow. Sorry, last night's was weird, but I hadn't slept. I had nightmares for 2 days straight, and I was a little weird and a little off. And I said some things that were mean and disrespectful. I don't take them back. I'm just saying, you have to. Even this guy here messaged me, man, that was intense, dude. So it was a little rough. It's a little rough, but
It was a great show, though. I enjoyed it.
so maybe I'll be a little more friendlier this Wednesday. So that's the schedule for Rabbit and Red and its partner GTN. So make sure you tune into all that stuff and enjoy the entertainment we have to offer. Do you have
Yes.
anything you want to say?
Um, let's see. Yeah, watch Rabbit and Red TV. Check it out. We have some good Halloween themed programming, not just the Halloween films. I don't have all of them. Um, Playing over the course of the next week. I know tomorrow for Fantastic Friday there is a specific double feature that starts out with a Carpenter classic that is not Halloween, and another classic late 70s horror film to
Well,
cap off the.
you don't want to tell the title of these films, but why don't you tell
Oh,
us
I'm not telling
that,
the titles now.
that Carpenter film? Who's in it?
Um, oh, let's see. Kurt Russell, Keith David, um, oh, character name of Childs.
So you know what movie it is. All right.
Yes.
And the second one from the double feature, who's in that one?
Um, Shit. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but it is I believe it's an Argento film. Did you look at the schedule? Do you see what's programmed?
No, I didn't. You know what? I'm gonna go look right now while I'm here.
See, because
I'm gonna go
people
look.
could look at the schedule.
I'm gonna do it on my phone.
You'll see the time.
Every time I go to that site while I'm on the show with you, it freezes you. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
guess because you
I
gotta.
don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go. Let me go to this site on my phone and then go over to the schedule. Let's see. There we go. Watch Rabbit and Red TV. It's slow to load, guys. So when you go to the site, don't get discouraged. It'll eventually pop up. It's just very slow.
Yes.
Okay. So Thursday. So you're talking about tomorrow. You already have tomorrow's schedule? Yes, you do.
Yeah, tomorrow's schedule is up there, yes.
Let's see. Ah, I see a certain movie from 1963 is playing tomorrow.
Mhm.
Um. Okay, I can give the title of this movie, Thorn Lives, because well, you fucking own it. Who's gonna fucking come
That's
after
right.
you for that?
Mm, mm, mm.
Um. Oh. S. Ah, yes. 1977. I know which film it is now. So if you guys are curious about what it is we're talking about, you need to go to Rabbit and Red TV. And to get there, you can get there from Rabbit and Red, from the main page, uh, Rabbit and Red Radio. Blah, 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 blah. I always
The
the Rabbit and Red Podcast Network.com. I
or
know
the
that whole fiasco,
horrornetwork.net.
or the horrornetwork.net. So make sure you go there and check out Rabbit and Red TV, because he works hard at doing the scheduling. There for a while, he did it the day of, but now he seems to be doing better at it.
Yeah.
getting
And
up
well, and you're jumping in on November, getting in on some of that yourself, remember?
Oh
We have a
yeah,
lot of grandpa's features coming up for that one.
yeah. I gotta sit down and figure out what I want to do for that stuff. So, but yeah. But you got it. You got anything else besides the Rabbit and Red
No,
TV?
nothing else at this point.
Well, you'll
You
have
know?
to. You'll have to. As everybody knows, I'm sure I've made it public, but you'll have to let me know when you get emailed back from. We got copyright claimed for that countdown timer through Facebook from Paris 2024. And the sad thing is that countdown timer is included with Evu Mux. So they
Yeah,
give you something that you get. So he emailed them. So hopefully we'll hear back from them. So you'll have to let us know publicly when we get an
yeah.
answer.
Oh,
I
I
mean, you can
will.
tell me
'Cause
privately, but you will do it. Yeah. And you'll
yeah, we'll
also,
do it publicly
you have to
too.
keep us in the loop about that movie production company with your movie.
Yeah, yeah. That. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping to have some sort of an answer in November. See, because the
You
way
need to
that
reach out
that
to them.
well, no, well, we did. Well, I did. I already had a conference call with them, and then they were telling me because they're based out of like where Rhodes is. So and that's where we're shooting the thing. So we were on a conference call and they were like telling me all this shit and explaining to me all these locations, and I'm like, I have no idea. So after I got off the Discord call with them, I called Rhodes and I was telling him, and he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're like, well, can we talk to him? And I'm like, yeah, sure, you can talk to him. Well, give us his Facebook. We'll send him a friend request. And I'm like, he's not on Facebook anymore.
No, he disappeared. He went off to the.
Yeah.
He's back in his cave. But yeah,
Yeah, he's off the grid. So,
right.
but yeah, we'll have to see because they do have the script. They did, or they're in the process of reading it. I don't know if they finished it yet, but uh they've said that they enjoy certain aspects of it, but I don't think they got through the entire thing yet because it's 100 pages.
Right. And I
Actually, it's a
understand
little
the
over
thought,
100 pages.
and I understand you want to do your movie, but if you're too anxious and hound them too much, you might lose them. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's why I'm not, you know what I mean? And I'm just letting them, because this was August, I guess, like the end of August that they got the script and everything. So, you got to give them some time in there, and but they said they have the means to help us get funds because dude, I don't want to do crowdfunding because it just seems like that's bullshit to me because then you're beholden to like all these other people, and I just don't want to do that. And these people are like, well, we can, we've already approached investors, and we can work with them to get funds together for an actual budget. And I'm like, well, then let's
Right.
just do that. Fuck it.
Right. No, I get it. But at some point you do want to, you know. So I'm hoping next week you have a light bulb.
Yeah, I'm hoping I have it by Tuesday for Rabbit and Red because I don't want to be dark again.
So I'm gonna close out the show. I'm gonna match you. I'm gonna turn off my light.
Oh,
I'm gonna turn off my light, and
and you're
then
still whiter than me over there.
yeah, I mean I can make it even better and go like this.
Oh, that
But
is better.
so I'm gonna match you since it's moody. Maybe next week I'll do part of the show like this for that Halloween feel.
Yep.
But
Get a
uh
Myers behind you, like in the shadows there or something.
yeah, I gotta figure something out. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to me banter on about Nightmare on Elm Street and how I didn't like 4 and 5, and people think I'm probably
Mm.
insane. But hope you enjoyed it. I hope you tune in next week for it's next week's gonna be special for me because it's my introduction to horror, what got me into horror, and then Friday the 13th, because that's linked. So make sure you tune into
Yeah.
that next week. And then yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. We are going to yeah, see? He's right. Ken's made several great films and he's never crowdfunded it, Well, he did crowdfund the new one. He did go to Indiegogo for uh the other one, but he didn't meet his goal and he's still making his movie. He would have made the movie even if it didn't make a single donation. He was going to make it anyway. It was just he was trying something new. But he's right.
Yep.
Most of his movies he did without any funding. So I saw the opening credits. He sent me the opening credits. I still can't get over seeing my name in a movie's opening credits and knowing it's going to be in a theater just drives me insane. But I did see the opening credits. They're fucking amazing. I can't wait for this movie to be done. I can't wait. So, but yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We thank you for joining us. And we will see you in a week. Don't forget to tune into all the other shows. And I'll see you next week. See you, people.
Yes.
Yep. I'm going to take us out of here and then end the broadcast. So you can say goodbye to Michael J. Boop. And now you can say goodbye to me. Woohoo! We're gonna skedaddle, baby. We're gonna skedaddle. Yeah.